Alistair Curley's going to mark after Jonas in the second set.
Lost the chase, 15 love. Hasn't chased the second gallop.
Thanks for doing this.
Everybody, welcome to the second semi-final at the Royal Melbourne Tennis Club. Fahey, former world champion, versus Steve Virgona, both Australian players. Just started. We're in the early stages of the first game. I think it's 40 love to Rob at the receiving end. Rob into the dead on. We've lost the score here for a bit, but I think that's the first game. Ah, sorry, got that wrong. It's 30-40, Steve leads at the moment. So 30-40, Steve Virgona leads receiving end. This is the first game, the second semi-final between Rob Fahey and Steve Virgona. The first semi-final today, Camden Riviera steamrolled Ben Taylor Matthews by 3 sets to love.
Well, it'll be interesting to see whether Rob can get a fast start today. He's traditionally a little slower off the blocks.
Chase is better than 3.
He's starting a little bit slower than he used to, but he's very familiar with this court and he likes playing here. The court suits him well. Loves doing his railroad serve.
Lost the chase, still 4 yards.
Nice long rally rest there, Jonas. It's good to see them both warming up.
Yep, I think Rob was aiming to kill a point off, aiming for his galleries, but missed the opportunity, but he's back to juice.
Oh, that's a good get by Rob, close to the wall.
Advantage.
Yes, over the years, Rob has had the wood over Steve. He's played him many times.
Both players moving fairly well.
Good solid start. Both finding themselves out, moving around, just loosening up.
Hasn't chased the door.
I don't think he wanted to do this.
Juice.
Don't often see Rob miss it by 10 feet, do you?
Great week of tennis this week at the Royal Melbourne Tennis Club. So many great matches. Of course, the famous match the other night between Kieran Booth and Steve Virgona, where Steve Virgona recovered from saving five match points to get to this stage.
Boy, was it that game when he was down 40 love 5-4?
He was 5-3 down, and certainly was 40 love down.
Advantage. The receiver leads.
And there was another match
Hasn't
point
chased
along
the
the line
goal.
there somewhere, but he dug deep and he got the job done in the end after about 4 hours.
It was an enthralling match for the crowd, I got to say, they loved it. Let's hope this one builds up to the same billing.
Stroke. Advantage.
Advantage, Rob. Still the first game.
Deuce.
Forced error there from Rob. Done 1 or 2 of those this week, but the other day he got the job done against Tim Chisholm in straight sets. Should be relatively fresh, although back to advantage. Yesterday he played a long doubles, lost in 5 sets.
Stop. Better than 6. Advantage.
Still the first game. Advantage to Rob coming to the service end now. And chase of better than 6. So Steve, of course, has been at Chicago now for the last 3 or 4 years.
He enjoys it there, John, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he does. I think he loves the club. It's one of the only courts in the world I've not played on yet, so I've got to try and fix that.
Advantage. The server leads. Chase is
I hope to get
better
down
than
there.
6.
It's been great support here by the Royal Melbourne Tennis Club. We've had lots of people watching these matches. And there's the first game. His trademark shot into the galleries to kill off the chase.
The first game of the first set. 1 love.
So looking to dominate with his railroad against the left-hander.
Love.
Of course, Steve has challenged for the world title at least twice. I'm not sure if he's done 3.
Well, the last time he challenged was here, if I recall. Would have been for Steve, and the last 3 times was
2010.
Yeah, in Camden, last 3 times. Successful on his 3rd attempt. That was an interesting World Championship too with Steve here. He got out on most sets against Rob, but Rob would just keep reeling him in.
15 all.
I said earlier, I think Rob's kind of got the wood over Steve over the years. Basically, he serves very well to a left-hander and doesn't give Steve an opportunity to step inside and play it on his forehand too often.
That's a good put away by
So
Steve.
that was a loose second serve and well put away.
30-15. 30-15, 1 chase, last gallery.
Steve looking in pretty good nick.
Yeah, he looks fit, doesn't he?
Mm.
Rob still does pretty well for an old bugger.
Exceedingly so.
A little bit more salt and pepper on the hair. And this trait makes it look so easy.
30 all.
And so he likes this court because it's a very fast back wall. It's probably one of the fastest back walls of all the courts. So he loves to get his cut shot going, and it suits him not to rally too much these days.
30-minute chase.
But to be fair, Steve doesn't either. They both like to try and kill the points early and not sort of get into a long rally. Whereas Camden's very happy, Camden Reviere's very happy to be rallying. He can run around all day and is so fast on his feet. But these two players are slightly different. They try and kill the ball off as quickly as possible.
40-30.
Well, they've both got the all-round shots to do that.
Chase is the last gallery.
You would have to say Cam's pretty handy at killing off shots too these days. Oh, that's a nice put away, Steve.
played.
Winning gallery.
Game. 1 game all.
There we are, game 1 all. It's a great backhand.
15 love.
Beautiful length. Good cut.
It's good to see they're both starting to find their range early,
Indeed.
picking off some winning galleries and grills, dead on.
It's a great cut shot. It's his trademark
30 love.
shot. Not many people play it better than that.
Yeah, that is the trademark shot, isn't it?
He's got such height on his racket. And that's another one.
Yep, that's
Either
a
the
close
cuts
second.
return
I think.
or the Maymore force. Hard to deal with those. Hard to know what to serve to him when he's on fire like that.
As it chased the second gallery. 40 love.
Yeah, that's good play by Rob. He's working into Steve's backhand quite a bit so far this set. And why wouldn't you? Because Steve's forehand is pretty ominous when he gets it wound up.
40
So in the
love.
other quarterfinal, where Camden and Ben Taylor Matthews met, Ben Taylor Matthews and Chris Chapman met. That was also a classic game where it's ebbs and flowed. And
Lost the
Taylor
chase.
Matthews got out of jail and got to the
15-40.
semi-final to play Riviere. And as I said earlier, Riviere dominating and winning 3-love earlier this morning.
Rob just missed his target, but Steve didn't.
30-40.
That's a beautiful thing about this game, isn't it? The grill entices you to play the shot, but if you miss,
Sets it up.
yeah, you've just opened yourself up. Good execution of that by Steve.
Game.
Did Steve just miss a gallery then?
He did.
2 games to 1.
And Rob capitalised to go 2 games to 1. 2 games to 1.
Steve was looking for a gallery then to get the serve. He's stuck down there a little bit now. Gorgeous
great
length.
I think both players, all players, have welcomed a slightly cooler change in Melbourne. We've got beautiful weather at the moment. We've had extreme temperatures earlier in the week. And last weekend, we're getting up to nearly 40 degrees. So I think today, in the mid-20s, it's been a lot more pleasant for them to play. Apologies for those that are watching in America and England, where it's freezing. Ooh,
15 all.
unforced error there.
I think at one stage on that 40-degree day, John, is that we had more people in the pool. I think I counted about 27. About the equal number that were watching the game.
It's what the pool looked a funny colour at the end of the day.
It was well worked over, I think.
Yeah, I know the players love, after they finish here, they go straight in. They love it.
30-15.
Good way to recover too, a bit of cold water. So he lost the point there because he forced it onto the back wall and it went straight over the net. Of course that loses the point. Had it gone in the net, it would have been chased the line.
Chase 5 and 6. 2 chases. 30-15.
It's probably worthwhile noting for our audience that coinciding with the Australian Open, we actually have the Roo Trophy. On alternate years we have the Boomerang Cup, which is quite a famous long-standing tournament on our fixture down here in Melbourne, and it's a terrific tournament, and the Roo Trophy is the one that we have in between the Roo, in between the Boomerang, and it means that we have an excellent group of attendees here, so over 68 people playing in the Roo, so it means that our galleries are full, as well as people who come in to watch, just regular members.
And also the bar's empty most of the time after they've been around all day.
40-15, chase 5 and 6.
So chance here for 3-1. Decent
Well,
lead in the first set. Just short on the roof now. We've got the whole Fahey family in town this week. Beautiful, gorgeous Claire in town.
Oh, that's a glorious pick up by Rob off the tap. Put that point on the highlight reel. Terrific gets all round, both players.
Two games all, first set, 2 all.
First set. So even Stevens.
Chase. Half yard, no strokes.
Down to half a yard. Trying to deal with it. Trademark force, so we had one trademark touch off the roof and then one a trademark main wall force.
Right,
15 all.
Misread that from Rob.
That's a good serve too, wasn't it? Brought Rob right forward, close to the wall.
Chase west of the yard. Half yard west of the yard, 30-15. Ball out, gentlemen, please.
Half a yard, and the last game is and chase it half a yard.
Steve just trying to mix the serve up a little bit there.
Yeah.
Well, they've played with each other in many a doubles match as a pairing. Probably Ezekiel, probably one of, I think, do they have the record of pairings and doubles?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. They certainly played together. Obviously played a lot against each other. They've been nice to have a stats book in the front to see actually how many times they have that. Ask the archives, dig it out.
Be able to ask Siri soon, won't we?
Yeah.
30-15, the receiver leads. First chase is half a yard.
So 30-15 to Steve, and I think chase is half a yard. No. Slightly
30
below.
all. Worse than a yard.
Slightly of a good chase, worse than a yard. Good opportunity here for Rob. He's doing a good second serve in to stop him forcing.
Lost the chase, 40-30.
Tight serve. There's a chance here. And it's again. So game to Rob, he edges ahead, 3 games to 2.
3 games to 2.
That came about in the result of that those beautiful cut shots on the off Steve's serve, down to good chases to get to the service end.
Perfect.
15 love. Chase the last gallery.
Finally got the
15
chase.
up.
He was shooting for one with that main wall boast
Yes.
across before he missed it as it went up on the penthouse. Enabled Rob to put away the point for the game, but that was the last game. But Steve does need to pick up his chases. He's got to get up to the service when he needs.
Sorry, I didn't see
That may have been out of court, I believe. I
Thank you,
think it hit
Steve.
the.
30 love.
Well, he won the point anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
30 love, one chase.
The commentary
Sometimes hard to tell.
commentary box is up in the mezzanine at Royal Melbourne
Has
Tennis
it?
Club, so we get a good view of
You. Has it better than 2?
the
2
rafters
chases.
and the penthouse roof. So 3-2 to Rob. 30 love up. He's in a good position here.
30 love.
Last gallery.
The receiver leads. First chase is the last gallery.
Well played, Steve.
Yeah.
15-30. Has
Pick up by Rob.
Better than 2.
So it has a chase, he definitely needs a good serve. Ooh. Nice from Rob off the table.
30 all.
30 all.
Good pace, was easy going into the grill anyway, so
Yes.
it was Rob had to take his option.
That's a lovely backhand.
40-30.
Force. Well defended by Steve, but gave Rob his opportunity on the backhand. Again, points now for 4-2. Well played.
Juice.
Terrific length.
Bolt.
So Fred, you must be pleased with the turnout this year of the Australian Open. It's probably the most competitive we've had for a long time.
Good shot by Steve.
And
Absolutely
Bundy.
challenged. It's what, 9 of the top 11 made the trip out to Australia this year. I think they'll actually like coming out here at this time of year too, particularly when there's lots of points up for grabs with a good field.
Game.
game to Steve.
3
Well played.
games all, 3 all, first set.
Stole that game back to 3 all.
15 love.
Volley from Rob.
Just wasn't balanced then, was he?
No, probably wasn't there to be hit.
Chase the door. 15 love.
What a great shot by Steve then to finish it. Great point.
30 love. Love in a chase.
A lucky little bounce there.
Yeah, 1 or 2 rush shots from Rob. So, 40 love here to Steve. 3 all. It was amazing that match between Virgona and Kieran Booth. Kieran's worked very hard on this game, and I don't think anyone saw that coming in that. I mean, Kieran obviously did. He's very confident.
40 love. The receiver
in
leads.
the end, the crowd were right behind
Chase is the door.
for that match. It was a tremendous atmosphere in the club. Well played to Steve to hang on in and win, saving 5 match points.
Kieran's very fit at the moment. He's really worked hard on getting his body right.
Lost the chase, fell worse than the door.
Right idea, but
15-40.
quite pull off the execution.
Wasn't it? You don't often see that shots in this game.
It's very hard to execute, that's why. Well, at least for me, John.
Yes, it's hard to
Game.
watch. So there we go. It's
4 games to 3.
First set.
Chase the last gallery. No strokes.
Yeah. He needs to pick up his bit of insurance there to come up this end.
Yeah, loose serve.
That's the service end. We're sitting just above where Rob's serving from right now.
Hasn't got his serve really going yet. Ooh.
15 love.
Great
Good
touch
job.
again. That was a lazy shot by Rob there.
Pointing up at the roof, thinking that ball was out.
Sorry. 15-30.
Look good from here.
15-30, 1 chase. So, 30 all.
30 all after Rob leading 30 now. He's just making a few errors, Rob, isn't he?
40-30 in a chase, the last gallery.
Make those unforced errors.
Well, we've got the head professional Frank Filippelli in the markers box at the moment. Doing a great job as always.
It's really hard work marking these matches now. The level of gets that they get and the ups.
40-30.
The ups are the hardest thing.
Serve chases the last gallery.
Chance here for Steve to go 5-3. Great back.
Deuce. Fault.
Deuce.
Chase the last gallery.
I think Rob will take that quite comfortably.
Yep.
Happy with that. Great serve by Steve.
Fault.
Getting down to the service.
Yeah. Such a good serve from Steve. A couple from there. He's had Rob moving.
Chase, better than two.
Happy with that, Rob. Another missed opportunity from Steve there to go for the grill. Missed.
Two chases.
Both players still not at their peak yet, but early days.
Rob just acknowledging as he goes to change at the net. A little clap to Steve for a very good point. Both getting some terrific retrievals in there. Both had their opportunities at the openings. Both missing.
Deuce.
Finally ending
First
the point
chase is
with a
the last
chase.
gallery.
Rob would have done, I don't know, about 20, 30, 40 of those.
There's a double fault.
Yeah,
Advantage.
his
Chase,
first serve,
better
he's
than
been
two.
dropping it at the door so often, and it's just falling below.
There's a chance here for Steve to go 5-3.
Dropped it.
Deuce. Six. Chasing yard.
That's a very good boast.
Deuce.
Got a good chase in the yard.
And chase worse than four.
Steve looks like he's edging in. I know it's
Pardon?
4-3, but
No, worse than four.
he looks more comfortable at the moment. Rob's making quite a lot of errors in this first set. Both players have had opportunities to hit targets and miss, but I think Rob's missed a lot more. And that's been the difference. Steve looks very relaxed. Rob hasn't hit the straps at all yet. Hasn't got his serve going. And apart from a few good cut-shot returns from Rob, he's made a lot of unforced errors.
First chase is a yard.
So we're back to deuce and there's a yard chase. Steve Virgona needs a good serve. And again, unforced error from Rob.
Advantage. Chase worse than four. No, not up. Won the
Ooh.
chase. Deuce.
Big call by Frankie.
Good call.
Right over that one.
Good call.
Missed it.
Oh, and another unforced error.
Advantage.
I think I've seen more unforced errors in this in match than I've done in most of his matches. I've seen one play over the years.
Rob just dropping onto his back foot there. Just drag it down a bit.
Oh. Games 5 games to 3.
Good tennis.
Game. 5 games to 3.
Very good tennis. Bit of
Chase
frustration.
the line. No strokes.
Whereas the first ball is really hit hard.
Good point.
Chase. 1 and 2.
A bit more like it.
Chase the line in 1 and 2. No strokes.
Rob really working Steve around the court then. Great retrieving by Steve, I have to say. He's throwing everything at it. And why wouldn't you with a 5-3 lead in the first set against the guy who's had the World Championship for 22 years.
Exactly.
No strokes. First chase is chase the line. $15, love.
So Steve,
Chase,
you're going to
1
win
and
that
2.
chase. Chase 1 and 2.
We've just been joined by the current world champion, Camden Riviere, up in the mezzanine.
He'll be hoping for a long 5-set match here. It's a great force. So Virgona is 2 points away from winning the first set. Good force. Well, Rob has not got a serve game at all. Nice come out again. Very smart play.
Quite a common tactic of Rob's actually. When he gets to about 30 or either player gets to 30, he's often looking for a chase. He'll take a gallery.
15-30.
One of those insurance shots, isn't it, Jonas?
It is. Yeah, he wants to get back this end, certainly. That's more like it.
Great ball.
Good hands.
30 all.
That's a great shot.
Good ankle there.
So opportunity here to steal a game, get back to 4-5.
Extra bit of lift by Rob again. We've often seen that, haven't we?
Never give up.
Made a comment before that we hadn't really seen Rob put too much weight on the ball. Usually by now he'd be
40-30, the receiver leads.
in, but
Chase is the last gallery.
Important point
we
coming
haven't
up.
seen it yet.
No.
Fault.
That's a very good shot into the winning gallery.
Any gallery would do.
It would. Back to deuce.
That makes it even more special.
Chase, worse than 6. Deuce.
Nothing like the ring of the bell hitting the last gallery, the winning gallery there.
You do that often, Fred?
I don't mind that shot. Probably not as often as I'd like, I'm going to say, Jonas.
Shouldn't you do it from the hazard end?
Chase, worse than 2.
Heard it serve.
playing for 40 minutes, this first set, 45 minutes. Back to Juice.
First chase is worse than 6.
So worse than 6, and we need a decent serve here, Rob. At least one.
Keeps dropping that first serve short, just around that net post. Door.
Better serve. Yeah, that's more like it.
Advantage, worse than 2.
All came from a good serve.
Yeah. Had Steve scrambling.
It did. Worse than 2, another good serve required.
Lost the chase, felt better than 3. Game.
That's a good lead. Game to Rob, 4 games to 5, so hang on
4
in this
games
set.
to 5. 4-5. First set.
We've had some good 5-alls.
We have, and this morning too in the ladies' game we had Penny Lumley, MBE, former world champion, taking on Kate Leeming, Australian's #1 player, and that went to the wire too. Kate had 4 match points, 40 love I think she was, at 5-all in the third set. Penny battled back and won the match, so that was another great game. So that's a great shot by Rob.
15 love.
So we've had good matches all round this week.
Worse than 5.
Some great encouragement by Claire up in the mezzanine there, encouraging her husband. Encouraging her husband to make that extra yard.
That's more likely.
30 love.
So 30 love to Rob this game, so fighting back hard. It's got 5-all written all over it, is it?
I think so. Let's see whether Steve can say something
serve.
about that. Oh, 40 love now.
Starting to serve better, this has been the difference. Just starting to hit his serve.
40 love. Steve coming up to take the serve. We will go to 5-all. Steve having the serve.
So it's great to see so many younger pros coming out here for the very first time. Darren Long and Leon Smart, never been to Melbourne or Australia before. I think they're having a great time too.
40 love.
Enjoying the experience.
Receiver leads. Chase is worse than 5.
Worse than 5.
Fault.
Worse than 5, the chase. It's going to lose it, I think. Yep.
Lost the chase.
Good rest.
Good shot by Steve. Putting some
Fell
extra
6, 15,
pace on that
40.
ball. Rob blocked. He was a little bit too far up court. All he could do was.
I think Rob will be looking for a chase here to get back to the service there.
Great serve. Set up that shot by Steve.
30-40. As a chase, second gallery.
He was praying that ball was going out, but it was just stayed in.
Rob.
And
Probably
Rob's got the chase that he wanted, not the one.
Yeah.
Steve hit by Steve hitting the hazards.
Not by Rob's hand. Steve had a really very easy shot at the winning gallery. Just a bit, took it a bit comfortably, I think, and left it short. into the hazard second gallery.
So still gain point for 5
30,
all.
40. Serve leads. Hazard chase the second gallery.
Really good serve. Tight serve. Ooh, there it is, that's the game. So here we are in the first set, it's 5 games all.
First set.
Steve having been 5-3 up, back to 5 all.
That's just an illustration of how important those chases are, Jonathan.
That's a great touch by Steve.
Better than a yard. No strokes.
Nice soft hands by Rob too, but Steve covered the court really well.
Oh. 15 love.
Might have been an edge of the dead on set.
Came at the edge of the 15 love to Steve. One short chase as well to come. Oh dear, misread that.
That was a super
30 love.
box too.
Hope he wasn't blaming the ball, probably me who stitched that.
Steve couldn't do much with that ball at all, and just had so much work on it as he dragged it across his body, kicked back in the rock.
Chase 1 and 2.
Two very good chases and 30 love to Steve.
Better than a yard. 1 and 2. 30 love.
5 games all in the first set.
Oh, Steve coming up to the service end. Be happy about that.
But Rob will have to do his very best to win these chases. Force the ball into their arms.
30 love. Serve leads. First chase is better than a yard. Oh. Lost the chase. Fell worse than a yard, Rod.
Ooh,
40
Rob
love.
not happy about
Chase
that.
1 and 2.
40 love.
Here we go,
First set.
3 set points. 1 and 2. That's lost it, and that's game in the first set. And I'm going to make way now
All out,
for
gentlemen. 6
Alistair
games
Curley
to
to come and
5.
take over.
Well, thanks, Jonas. Really appreciate your expert commentary. Hopefully our listeners enjoyed that. Now I'll be joined in the commentary booth by Alistair Curley, affectionately known as Cones. You might get a story behind that later, but anyway, we'll wait to find out. We're just collecting the balls, putting them back into the galleries.
I'm all over like a rash.
And well, the guys are
Second set. Level.
Okay, I'm on.
all right. Welcome to the
Central missionary commentary position.
correct.
Oh.
We're not kissing cousins.
Clive back there in the control booth is giving us a hard time at the moment. That's okay. We'll be spiking his coffees with something later on.
15 love.
So Fred, first blood there to Steve in a very close.
Yeah, I really haven't seen a lot of firepower by Rob. That's what he
15 all.
should be doing a bit more of. He really hasn't opened the shoulders up as much as I thought he would. I thought fair enough, he's warming up. But you know, we'll probably see a bit more of that come out, I think. He got frustrated by that call, I think, that very close 1 yard chase call. second last
30-15.
point of the first set, and I think that that may well have just sparked him up a bit. Let's see what happens.
Yes, the bits that I saw there, certainly I thought Steve was very steady. Rob's serve was a bit variable, and in particular Rob, in the middle point of that set, 2 or 3 games of a large amount of unforced errors, which cost him a lead in the set, and he's paid the price. But we know he's a terrific competitor, so I'd expect him to reset and get back into the match.
That's a good body shot.
Yep.
40-30. Fault.
Steve's been pretty constrained too, I'd have to say. You often see him come out swinging as well, but not the case today.
Fantastic. Some terrific retrieving by Rob there off some
Game the first game of the
very
second
tough
set.
retrieves.
1 love.
Rob getting the start that he wanted.
Definitely a bit more pace coming onto the ball by Ross.
Good to
move.
see.
Yeah,
Good to
good
see
move.
indeed. Steve, I think, was a little bit disappointed. I think he thought that one was heading up. Just got the top corner of the den off.
Chase the line.
Good decision.
15 love.
He was literally all over that one. Just bounce a little close to the net. That's what
15
he's
all.
been doing in the first set. Just uncharacteristic errors off the serve.
Stroke. 30-15.
Gave that one a little bit more loft over the net.
Yep. And just popped up a little bit out of the corner.
Chase. 1 yard.
Rob's just
Pace the
checking that
line,
Frank's got
yeah.
the correct glasses on today, but we'll move right along from that. It's great watching Steve serve from up here because we're looking right down the line, and you know, a lefty like myself, I can see how he swings it in like that, and
He puts a big curve on it, doesn't he? Yeah.
all right. Hi viewers wherever you are around the tennis world. Lovely day here in Melbourne. I think, as John has said in the previous set, temperature's a little bit cooler today than they have been earlier in the week. The court's still pretty warm, but certainly more pleasant playing conditions for the guys today than earlier in the week. So I think we're going to have a great summer's week, but mercifully avoiding those high temperatures. Take that.
40-15. Chase a yard.
An opportunity for an early kind of break in the match. Yard chase for Steve to attack here.
Here it comes.
Game.
As soon as he went up on that penthouse for the second bounce,
Second set.
he knew that Steve was going to be going straight into that dead on.
He'll be disappointed with
Beforehand,
himself,
yeah.
Steve, that he didn't make Rob at least play a shot there.
Yeah.
Love.
Rob's got that 2-game quick start.
He's really struggling on that railroad. His trademark
Chase the last
serve
gallery.
here in Melbourne in particular is
15
just
up.
battling with length today. A large number going onto the back penthouse.
That's where he's been hitting that first serve, right at that net side door post. Just dropping below the penthouse. First serve, consistently that's where he tries to land it. Just watch this. He's gone for a longer length.
Got a good outcome that time. It was a good serve, set up the point, and they were home and hosed.
Yeah. 15 all.
That's the length we were just talking about there. That's the one he's really looking for, but he's often, in compensating, he's been pushing it a lot longer, but that's a beautiful shot from there. Just super. What control.
15.
This game doesn't have to be about heavy hitting.
Another good serve again. He'll take that as well. Go for,
A couple of top spins by both players.
Very good rally. Those players feeling they've had opportunities, and Steve finally took it. Disguised forehand down the line.
30 all.
That just left Robin mid-court, didn't it? Just, I only able to watch it go by.
$40-30 in a chase.
You can put that last point on the highlight reel. That was a
Indeed.
Steve does a lot of boasting, doesn't he?
Yeah, and particularly with that open stance that he has, and he kind of holds it, so you don't know if he's going to boast it or he's just going to do the cut shot that curves away into the corner. So he just he holds his decisions to quite late, makes it difficult to read. Just even that last ball he put in the dead on, Rob had to potentially cover the cut shot as well into Rob's forehand corner.
Serverleads.
So here we'll see
Chases the last gallery.
the railroad again. Steve will be disappointed there. Had a good shot on the winning gallery, then missed the grill narrowly twice. So a little bit disappointing for him there.
Oh, great.
But he'll take that from there.
Wow, picked it early.
Great serve.
Advantage.
Good finish.
And two great serves that have got Steve back into that game now.
1 game to 2.
Steve will be happy to be on the board. Good tennis. Yeah, that's the finish. Rob
15
picked up
love.
the bando just above the dead ends, and Steve had the wits about him to pick that up.
Oh.
It's a phenomenal get from Steve there.
was
great
going to break a nice little slice on that.
30 love.
All's
Drag
running
it away
from.
from Rob. Yeah. Just the right amount of pace too.
Hazard. Thank you. Hazard worse than the yard, 30 love.
Another great serve. He's got a very economical action at serve, but he's having a very good run. He's very tight, and having been on the wrong end of that serve a couple of times over the years, it is vicious. It's a very heavy ball. Comes off the pen, has got a lot of work on it. It's a very difficult ball to play if you try to volley it. And I'm sure our camera crew will be able to provide a slow-mo of Steve's serve at some point for us. We'll probably get that at the end of the second set. We'll see it. We'll break it down in super slow-mo mode.
The challenge is on, Clive.
Hazard chase, worse than the yard.
Clive says it's not in the contract and we don't have the budget for it.
I disagree. Melbourne's got the budget.
I think he's...
Okay. 2 games or 2
2 all.
Steve's done well, got himself back into level pegging in this second set. Hold on a second.
Say again.
We've got a...
Yeah. Oh, there's just some movement in the gallery.
Play the first serve again.
Right.
Thank you. Worse than the second gallery.
Rob persisting with his row, and he's really still labouring over the length here.
And chase more than a yard worse than the last gallery.
Steve very keen to come up this end. Definitely.
Oh, don't blame him the way
Oh, yeah.
he's serving at the moment. He's certainly giving Rob a lot of heartache down at that end at the moment.
Just very happy to take 2 long chases. Just to come up here to have the serve.
So, Fred, have you been to Steve's home court in Chicago?
No, I haven't been yet. It has to be on my list.
I think if you have such a thing as a bucket list, it should be in your bucket.
First
It's
chase
a
is worse than the
fantastic
second gallery.
club, and we might talk a little bit more about Chicago during this set. Some things that people might like to know.
Pick up my Steve.
Yeah.
Chase more than a yard worse than the last gallery. Hold.
Good call, Frank. The Italian number 1 in our markers box.
Oh dear.
And Rob will be disappointed with that. He
Yes,
had
Rob.
you can just see he was lifting his tempo there in that point, and he had Steve just tried to outfox him then with a disguise shot, duffed it into the net. Now that's a shot I'm used to doing.
Work here.
Another base by Steve, didn't quite work out.
15-30. No, thank you. Chase. 4 yards. 15-30.
Delicate hands by Steve,
15
just
chase.
lobbing it up into the grill for another winner.
So Chicago, they restored the real tennis court there, I think just on 3 years ago. It had been shut for many, many years, and restored the court absolutely beautiful, and the club itself is, I think, I'm not alone in thinking probably the best sports club of any type in the world. It's one of the great clubs.
Great location too.
Its location is phenomenal in the centre of town.
40-15, the receiver leads. Chases 4
Wonderful
yards.
facilities, great dining room. Rare that you can say a tennis club is famous for its food, and it sure is.
And accommodation as well.
Yes, I've stayed there myself. Fantastic. Wonderful accommodation, rackets court, squash court,
30-40.
swimming pool, gym, steam, sauna, you name it.
I wonder if Steve's pretty comfortable in that.
Oh,
Chase the last.
and
gallery.
industrial strength martinis.
30-40.
And
We do like those.
I paid the price of being the hospitality there of the members, and 2 of those one night. I think my first night there, and certainly cured my jet lag on the first night. They come as a pint.
Pint,
Yes,
fantastic.
and let's just say there was not much in the way of dilution of the raw spirit.
30-40.
And the second one arrived when I'd only met a third the way through the first one, and felt rude not to finish them.
Oh, you'd have to be a good guest.
Great serve again.
Yeah, gee, he has got that serve down pat. I think you're right calling that
3
earlier.
games
It's
to 2.
probably been one of the differences in the game so
It
far.
has been. Steve's railroad has been on song today.
Ball up, please, Steve. 15 love.
Just been joined up in the mezzanine by young gun Nick Howell, who had a cracking good doubles final with young John Lumley. They've paired up together. They took on Ben and Rob in the
Yes,
in the
30 love.
in the semi, quarters the other day,
a fantastic victory.
and held their nerve. What a great pickup!
15
Nice,
30.
little deft little forehand half volley.
He might have opened his eyes during that shot.
Rob didn't quite pick that one.
A bit of frustration there from Robbie. It's an important point for Rob here now, I think. That's a great volley.
Chase.
That was
better than 2.
trademark. A little bit more wrist on that
30
one.
all.
Took it high early. Oh, Stevie Weavy.
Steve didn't quite do enough with that ball that
Chase.
just came down off the penthouse, and unfortunately it bounced a little bit too close to the wall, so he had to kind of change his shot, enabled Rob to put one behind him. And then he mucked up the probably relatively easy shot.
So this set, in many ways, a similar pattern to the first set, quite close most of the way. Steve persisting quite sensibly with his tight railroads and getting pretty good value overall from them. Rob probably
40-30.
creating
Servings.
more unforced errors than he would be
Better than 2.
normally happy to accept, and that's probably the slight difference at the moment.
Lost the chase, felt better than 3. Game. 3 games all. 3 all.
So 3-0 in this second set. Nothing really in it in terms of games.
Let's see whether Rob can take it up a notch from here. I think he'd really like to get this next game, get his nose in front in this second set. Trailing by 1 set now.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Chase. Worse
Not
than
coming
2.
back.
Yeah.
No strength.
Severe and quick. Well done, Stevie, from there. Rob's winning gallery, of course.
Good tennis squash.
love.
I suppose this is currently the match between the Australian number 1 and number 2
It is. Yes.
in a global sense.
It is, yeah.
Yes.
Chappie's running them close, and our young Kieran Booth isn't too far behind them either.
And Nick.
Well, Nick's coming up, isn't he? Going very nicely.
That's a bit unfortunate.
Yard worse than the last
Rob, were you
gallery.
disappointed
Jason.
there? He had a ball and he just hit it flush onto it. Just needed a little bit of main wall and he would have been home. But it is what it is.
Three all in the second. Steve.
I've just been thinking there, Rob's been playing approximately 30
15
years.
love the receiver leads.
Steve's
First
been
chase is
playing, I
worse
think,
than 2.
22 now.
Gets up there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He's looking great, Nick, I've got to say, but Steve is looking really well.
Looking fit.
New look haircut.
Yes,
To go
very
fast.
sharp haircut. Unlike that
fast.
John Lumley not contributing to global warming
love,
with the
chasing yard.
CFCs that's required to keep his hair in place.
Yard worse than the last gallery.
Steve's hair looks a little bit more naturally styled than John's.
No, we'll give the young guns
30
their
love.
opportunity
Yard worse than the last gallery.
to shape up like handsome looking roosters.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
15, 30.
Historically, the money shot for Rob there, the main wall dead on, and he paid the price. That's it.
Steve was there, he knew what's coming.
40-15.
Couldn't quite handle the pace. A bit more of that bite from Robert, I'd like to see.
Go.
Good call. Just short on the penthouse. For a fault.
Chase, yard worse than the last gallery. 40-15. All out, gentlemen. Please.
Well, we started with a bit more pace at the beginning of this set, did Rob, but he really hasn't used it that much in between.
No, I think he has to go to warp speed.
I think so.
Particularly
Yeah.
at the hazard end, and back himself in that all those hard hours on the court will stand him in good stead, and those shots will come back.
Unless he's thinking it's like a thriller from Manila, he's going to take a few punches early. See how far he can last in the heat.
And he's taken a few over the years. I'm not sure he can take any more. I don't want him punch drunk. Oh, got the blue screen of death here, Brad. I hope that doesn't mean we've lost our connection to the world.
Well,
I'm
Rob,
seeing no signal.
well,
Have you paid your internet bill here at the
40-15, the
RMTC?
server leads.
I think we're all
Chase is a
paid
yard
up,
worse than
all
the
ready to
last
go.
gallery.
Anyway, we're at 4-3, 3-all. Game point here for Rob to go to 4-3. There we are, we're back online.
Thank you very much.
Won the chase 30-40.
Says
Rob will be
Steve.
disappointed again there. You know, I really think he should have taken on the hazard galleries off one of those balls there.
You pay the penalty. If you don't hit
Tried
that
to
little yard target.
finesse it into the grill and didn't quite get that. There's a chance for the grill.
Great control by Rob. Yeah,
Okay.
call by Frank.
4 games for 3.
Just over the line. Service court. Picking up the point for Rob.
Beautiful play.
Well constructed point, Tone. Well constructed.
15 love.
Steve, just showing that there were at least 4 winning gallery shots played in the last couple of games. I mean, not winning gallery, I mean a grill.
Worse than 3.
It is the favourite target on court. That would be the second one, the dead on.
15 all.
Disappointing for Rob there. Out of court. Oh dear, no. Oh, he's got away with
My
that.
goodness.
Remarkable.
That is a great reflex.
15.
The ball hits the net like that, it's going to rise a few inches. Rob middle that.
He's been serving too big a lot of the time here. Yes. Barry Coates like in its length there.
40-15 and a chase.
So a good opportunity here for Rob to get to 5-3. But yes, still battling with that railroad. Hasn't really had it on song yet. How's your railroad these days, Fred?
Well, gee, it kind of looks like Rob's first serve for his railroad on many occasions.
Same number onto the backpin house.
Just too short into the this side of the net, unfortunately.
40-15. The receiver leads. Chase is worse than 3.
That's probably not my trademark serve, Kane.
Oh well.
Lost the chase, goal was
Good play by Steve.
30-40.
All set up on a good serve again.
Yep.
Well,
You can just see from the railroad, if you do put it off that back wall, it is pretty bouncy here at Melbourne. So drag it quite a long way forward.
Oh,
juice.
back to juice. 2 opportunities there. Well, one in particular, unforced error. Those hurt.
Advantage.
Big point for Steve. Takes back the 4 all.
Another great serve again, and that railroad is really
4
keeping
games
him in
all.
the
Second
set.
set. 4 all.
Anytime he's been in difficulty, he's been able to find the good railroad.
15 love.
Two errors there on the road from Rob.
And of course he's making
Bit of
Rob be a
frustration
little bit
now.
more anxious to try and make, so you're taking a few more risks. It's going to increase the error rate. There we
Strike.
go.
Gave that one a bit more air.
15 all.
15 all. Yeah, 4 all.
Well,
Change up by Steve. Didn't quite come off.
So this is a great court for the good railroad.
chase the last gallery.
Good shot.
15 all.
He hasn't done a lot of that today. He's been preferring to try and get the floor chase, but I think towards the end of the set you want to be down here.
Yeah, Steve's been taking the galleries more so than Rob.
Absolutely.
Well,
Ball by Frankie.
No, still a little surprised there, but I think Frankie was right with that call from up here.
You can see just behind Rob's shoulder there's a line coming down from the corner. Right there where it lands on, that's where the ball is consistently coming down from the railroaders.
Yes.
And that's exactly where Steve hit on that occasion. A little bit too far down, that big fat part probably isn't the greatest spot for it. Where the big fat mark is.
Well done.
Oh, great finish.
30 all.
30 goal. Big point here. Oh yes.
40-30 in a
So
chase.
again, again, and this Rob gets another game point to try and get him to 5. He had 2 in the last game, couldn't convert from the hazard end. This time he has the game point at the service end.
Rob will be pretty happy with that.
And again, that's where he's probably getting most of his cheap points is that main wall.
.40-30 servalings. Chases the last.
So here we are,
gallery.
Rob serving, and a chance, I think the chaser's last gallery, a chance to go 5-4 up.
This is a great position from the camera angle that they just had before, serving right behind.
And again, that railroad is not helping him here.
There we go. He's in under the pump though, Rob. Great retrieving.
And he's not going to get that. And again, the railroad is just not there.
This camera angle. Let's watch this railroad from here.
That's a better one. That's what he wanted last time. So again, he has a game point here. It's the first decent railroad probably for 3 or 4 games from Rob. And then we go back to where he's been all day.
Chase the second gallery, advantage.
So just various cameras around the court. We have the main camera shot looking down on the court from the mezzanine. We have two cameras in either side of the dead end. Then we also have 2 angled both back into each court from the net. So we've got five cameras on court, and we've got another very fine camera looking at a couple of handsome dudes in the commentary box.
Oh look, I mean, 1 minute they're roosters, the next minute they're dudes. I think people overseas would certainly get the dudes. I'm not sure they'd get the rooster. But it's a very flattering term, rooster.
Good finish.
And first time while Steve gave him a fraction of room.
5 games to 4.
Rob's money shot came out. He leads 5-4 in the second set. Games are level.
Terrific. Rob will be pretty happy to be in this position. You wouldn't want to let Steve jump to a 2-love lead in the sets. He's got a chase there. He was looking for the winning opening.
I think he'll take that.
Yep,
probably. Another great volley from Rob. Steve good. Scrambled it. And what's Rob going to do? It's another severe cut.
And a chase 2.
So Rob certainly started this game positively.
Good shooting by Rob there. 2 pressure balls down into Steve's backhand.
10.
He's quite happy to go there with Steve. Steve work on his backhand. Steve's pretty vicious. He's got a lot more flexibility on his forehand. He can rotate his wrist. He's very strong. Very strong kind of wrist. And he can often put some good top spin in there. Lovely little. We saw that earlier in the match. Lovely little deft half volley. A little bit of rolling
so
wrist.
The first chase, I think, something of that nature.
15 love, chase 2.
2-yard chase.
Short now, a 2-yard chase. A chance for Rob to consolidate here. Let's get that serve again. Will do. They ain't going to beat chase 2, I don't think.
Chase 30 love.
So 30 love.
We've seen that a couple of times from Steve. He's able to read it off that
still got it back.
In full flight like a gazelle. Still
I've seen many gazelles in full flight.
They do leap around a bit.
The Australian winged gazelle. But I know what you mean.
Cut on that ball. A lot of cut by Steve.
15-30.
Rob will be wanting a good tight row now. Put Steve under a little bit more pressure. That's a bit better. 40-15, so set points.
Gee, Steve saw the opening too.
Two
He
set
had Rob up
points to
court.
level the match.
Couldn't quite put it down to the for a
At a
chase.
railroad. It's not a...
He's picked up a couple of points from this
30-40.
game, has Steve.
Still set point. Oh, and the serve that's given him trouble finally saves him.
Steve, game in the second set, 6
Steve's
games
correct
before,
with his
1
head.
set all.
How did that happen?
Just having a toilet break.
The perfect
One
serve.
set all, and
He's just having a toilet break. Do you need
so
one?
one set all.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
6-5 Steve, 6-4 Rob. We're all set up for a fine best of 3 sets match.
We might have another thriller on our hands, I think. Yeah, 1 set all, both playing pretty good tennis. Rob hasn't been probably as consistent as Steve, but he, as a champ has always done, he can turn it up when he needs to.
And I think, you know, as he finds a way, and it's been very, very closely matched so far. The guy's not a lot in it. I think Steve would probably be feeling like his game plan's about right. Possibly from Steve's perspective, needing to just execute a little bit more when he has that easier ball. From the service end, he's missed a few shots. Rob will just be wanting to find a way to improve that railroad. It's certainly not where it needs to be, and probably reduce his unforced error quotient. I know he would probably give me feedback that it's unforced errors, they're probably almost forced errors, the margins he's trying to operate into. Anything less than that won't be good enough against Steve, but we judge him by reasonably lofty standards.
And fair enough too, he's got the history to back it up. Steve, the railroad is going beautifully. He varies it every now and again, comes into mid-court.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Steve really lash out at a few more, just put Rob on the back foot a little.
He does seem a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for?
Constrained.
Constrained, sedated, is probably too strong a word, but you know, he doesn't show a lot of emotion. He's very calm, doesn't look really pumped.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind seeing him a little bit more anxious to sort of get into it, but he wouldn't be unhappy. I think he's probably pretty pleased. He struggled. You know, he did well. He did well to get out of that.
1 set all.
Oh.
3rd set, level.
Okay, here we are.
Bit
15
more
love.
weight on that ball from Steve.
Yeah, I think he probably heard you for the sounds of things. You keep doing signals to him or something like that.
Fault. Has it? Thank
That was a
you.
good
Has it
length.
better than 2?
Railroad by
15 love.
Yeah,
Rob
much
coming
better.
down the
You
wall.
just be a bit disappointed
Nice.
with the volley.
3 inches
Somehow
off the wall.
managing to get it up onto the back penthouse.
Oh, there it is again.
So 2 out of
15
4.
all.
No better one to bring up than one of those on set points.
Oh. These are not the martinis we got in Chicago, but they'll do, these bottles of water.
Chase,
No,
worse
no,
than
no
5.
expense
2
spared
chases.
here at RMTC. All right, 1 set all. Fantastic. I wonder how long this match will go for. I'm predicting it might be a reasonably long one.
Yeah, well, I mean, what are we, what's the time now?
15 all. First chase is
5
Hazard
o'clock?
Chase.
Yeah,
They've been on for an hour and a half,
Better
you
than
said,
2.
so you'd be thinking this is a 3.5 hour jobby at the moment. 3 hours, no problems.
Fault.
And part of the reason I think Cone so far for a bit of extra time is they're both not finishing as cleanly as they would like. Both were
30-15.
pretty well, missing a few of the
Worse than
openings.
5.
Therefore the points are running a little longer.
Won the chase.
That's good shot by Rob.
40-15. Bolt.
Great retrieving by both players. Rob had Steve under the pump.
Game. The first game of the third set. 1 love.
Good start again by Rob. There's been omen for the third set. Picked up the first 2 games in the last set.
Chase, the second gallery. Ball up to Steve.
Great hands by Steve.
No strokes.
Very little reaction time when you're trying to peel a ball off the wall like that.
$15 love.
Frustration by Rob. Knew that was a rookie error.
Well done.
Great drive right again by Steve. Perfect length.
30
Rob
love.
couldn't do much with it. Steve, perfect position. It's kind of like a serve volley in the modern game of tennis, really. Complete control. Placing your serve.
Yep.
15-30. Bolt.
Yep. Jump.
40-15. Chase, the second gallery. All out, gentlemen.
Okay, Cone, we have a kind of a collection of the balls going on here. Always love the way this court is designed.
Yes.
Just everything, all the balls go into the middle of the net there, collected in a basket, pop them up at elbow height. Behind where you're serving from, you're playing with around about 50 odd balls here on court. And it varies different clubs. But it means that the balls probably take here, but replaced every 12 days, thereabouts.
Yeah, and certainly it's a significant task for the professionals here. Not only 2 courts, but 2 very busy courts, so the balls get a lot of wear and tear, and this club has a very high standard of play as well, so we have a lot of people who are
40-15. The receiver leads.
So
Chase is the second gallery.
Pros here do a fantastic job to continue to have a very high standard of ball quality right through the year, not just at tournaments, but just for everyday games.
We have about 14 sets of balls here at RMTC. We're setting up the shots really well at the moment.
1 game all. 1 all.
It's a little purple patch. Back here at 1 game apiece.
Yep.
The third set.
Hazard.
Oh,
Thank you.
A little bit
No strokes.
disappointed by that.
absolutely.
Bolt. Love.
That pesky timbre.
Where would we be without it?
Yeah. Steve knew exactly where that ball was going, but could not do anything about it.
Oh.
Oh!
All sorts of odd
30
things
up.
happening there. The railroad that almost went out. And having just said how wonderful the balls were, there might have been a little bit of a rum in there. The railroad that came out. Oh,
Double fault.
Double fault.
15-30.
Third double fault today.
He usually puts just a little longer on that on the second serve. Not on that
And
occasion.
Gruel.
Yeah, good finish.
40-15 and the chase has it.
It's interesting that this set's moving on a little bit more quickly.
Yeah, shorter points.
Shorter points. I don't think either have been meaningfully cranking it up more, but the points are certainly a bit shorter.
They are
Having
fine.
said they'd be here for over 3 hours.
Well, they are finding, in particular, the grill just behind the tamper there. They're consistently drilling it into the grill. Which is good.
40-15, the
I like to
receiver
see them
leads.
finding
Hazard
their
worse
target.
than 2.
That's the penalty. You do all the
2
hard
games
running.
to 1.
He had to chase it down being a hazard though, so
Yeah,
he had
yeah.
to just hope he was hoping he just missed the
Just
tan.
missed, yeah, to pull Rob in,
And
give him time to get back for Rob's probably a lob shot back. No, sucked up course. Oh, good finish, Rob.
and we'd
15 up.
like to see him doing a little bit more of that, that thinner boast. It's won him a lot of cheap points over the years because it's pretty much impossible for the server to defend, so you don't need to actually hit it that hard. You can just guide it in.
Yeah, he just has to be aware that it doesn't come too far up.
Oh, Steve gone for a drag.
That's a good serve. Rob unaware too.
The standard seems to be cranking up a bit here in this third set, and
All better. Right, indeed.
thought about leaving it and
15 all.
got caught in the corridor of uncertainty.
Yeah, committed.
No chase.
Maybe just tried to almost pull off it a bit in the end, but committed. Frustrating.
30-15.
That's a frustration shot right there. All of a sudden, 2 points down. There you go.
it
That's
is.
how you
30 all.
your frustration. Back to 30 all. Couple of deep breaths, Rob.
That's a good shot.
40-30.
So this is a big point for Rob here. Anytime you can get a 2-game break in this match is big. Oh, and he'll be actually a bit
Chase better
disappointed
than the
didn't
first
actually
gallery.
get that in.
40-30.
He had the chance, but not the end of the world. Yes, Steve did that drag there, and definitely something that the lefties slightly have an advantage on how to do it. And I've seen Steve do it a few times over the years, and it's a ferociously difficult serve to handle if he can execute it, but obviously very thin margin for him to be successful. It can either be, it's usually either misses the penthouse or it can be a bit rubbish on the penthouse.
Always good
But,
on the first serve.
Oh yeah, first serve, and
40-30,
I've seen
serve
Steve
leads.
actually serve it into the winning gallery.
Chase is better than the
An ace,
first
and
gallery.
almost impossible, but I've seen him do it. So,
That's the equivalent of a hole in one.
Oh,
I think it's
Okay.
about 3 holes in one. It's so
Yeah,
difficult, but yeah, phenomenal.
So how many holes in one have you got that game of golf?
Rob will be very disappointed there. He's got a game point and he ditches that serve again onto the back penthouse. Will be disappointed with himself. Even that's not a great serve. It's coming out.
advantage.
Steve's played a few of those. Straight down the line.
Another poor serve.
Hazard.
Taking Hazard, Steve.
Thank you. Hazard better than a yard. Advantage.
Yep. I mean, you commend Rob here for sticking to this. He knows that that's the serve that delivers him a great outcome, but he's certainly left 2.5 sets and he's really still struggling with it.
Advantage. Server leads. Hazard chase better than a yard.
That'll do.
Lost the chase.
Good
Thank
volley.
you.
Good enough just to
Deuce.
force the racket error from Steve there.
Quite good enough on it, Steve.
Well,
That's a great shot.
chase. Half a yard.
Lovely
Deuce.
ball. Heavy cut.
That's a good shot from there. Probably
Advantage,
a bit
chase,
fortunate
half a
full
yard.
stretch, but he got there.
And a shot that he needed to go to advantage with Rob having already laid a half-yard chase.
Advantage. The receiver leads.
Both strong
Chase
drills,
is
aren't they,
half
Steve?
yard.
Yeah, the local gyms have seen a fair bit of them
Yeah.
in recent years. All right, change of serve on that short chase.
Ooh, well
Steve
left.
just
Deuce.
missed. And I think that was probably pretty smart play by Rob there, and not
Yeah. Back to
to
Duke.
get away from that railroad. And dear, it's another railroad that's coming out.
Hazard. Hazard half a yard.
It's a great shot from Steve.
Deuce.
There, from under the grill. Put a lot of work on that ball. Rob did well to get it back.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Much better
Advantage and a chase.
serve too to set that ball up.
Slightly better serve.
Yeah.
So he'd still be a little bit disappointed with that serve. It's hit. Although he got to come back, it also got it to come back out again. So it gave Steve room to play the shot. But Rob was waiting for it. By
He
that
was
stage,
waiting for it.
and
He
he
knew where-
played the volley with a good amount of control, so didn't overplay it. Gives himself a chance here.
He had Steve well up court too, so he had plenty of room to work with the grill.
And you do feel that Rob can't afford to keep giving Steve too many opportunities here.
Advantage.
I think it's important for Rob
The
to
receiver leads. Chase
make sure he
Hazard
makes every
half
close
a
to
yard.
one these days.
Hazard chase half a yard.
Has a chase. See what Rob can do with this. Go to a 3-1 lead.
Another
Gate.
good cut volley from Rob, and that gives
Three
him
games
the
to
game
one.
3-1. A little bit of a mini break here in the third.
Chase worse than 2.
So a couple of great cut volleys
Nice
there in a
balls.
row from Rob. Got very good width. Steve couldn't get them before the main wall. The drag again,
Time please.
not quite there.
Thank you. Second serve.
I don't think he'll be doing that on the second serve.
Ooh,
Chase better than the last gallery. 2 chases.
Bit more changing events here. Both pretty keen on having the serve.
just refresh memory. Does Steve ever work in our
First strokes.
Yes.
He did. I
First
thought
chase
so.
is worse
And
than
actually, I've
2.
just reflected. I think they've both worked at many of the same clubs. over the years. Well done, Rob. Very good defence of a great horse.
15 love, chase better than the last gallery.
That nick up at the hazard end has been quite good to Rob.
30 love.
Finally got a good ball out there and nice easy put away.
So 30 love, server.
Love.
Disappointing from Steve there, a bit of a loose volley.
Gives Rob the opportunity to jump to a 4-1 lead.
And he does. With an incredible pick up off a not a bad cut volley. 4-1. Things have moved a little bit more quickly in the last couple of games. Steve will just need to be thinking about how does he interrupt Rob's momentum here, Rob. You're looking quite strong in this set.
Oh. $15 love.
Couple of
Time, please, Steve. Ball up. Thank you.
Couple of errors by Steve.
Yes, and just a little bit of signs, a little bit of frustration in the body language there from Steve. He'll be angry with himself that he's allowed Rob to get away from him here. Put himself under a bit of pressure
15
here
love.
midway through the third set. That's a good serve from Rob. This is a great rally. Both players are showing tremendous skills all round the court. And some absolutely fantastic play. Great volley from
15
Steve.
up.
And a chase.
Terrific athleticism shown by both players. Particularly Steve with that put away.
Oh, wonderful. Great reactions for Rob to handle the net core ball and stay in control. 30 love.
Stop.
That truly was a great shot, wasn't it? Steve put a lot of work on that too. Muscles with him.
Oh,
Chase, nearly a yard worse than the last.
Rob just misread that ball, but chase a 30 love Rob and 2 chases. Rob in a strong position here to win this third set rather.
A few points back when Rob put that deft little touch to take that last game into the winning gallery back in 2012 against Camden in the World Championship. That's what he brought to the court. Very noticeable difference compared to other defences. He really
30 love. The receiver leads. First chase is 6.
Hit truckloads. Another beautiful serve.
Oh, lost a chase. 15-30 chase, nearly a yard worse than the last gallery.
Great serve. Rob nearly pulled it off, but it was a very fine serve. Another great serve and a great volley. Wow.
What strength of 400.
40-15. Ball up, please.
Carve that down.
Yeah, I mean, he was a ripplingly quick, thin, tight serve. And somehow
40-15.
Rob managed to produce a volley like that.
He got up
Fabulous.
high, didn't he?
Yes. Drag again. Narrowly missed the drag. Yeah.
Okay. 5 games to
5
1.
games to 1 here. That Rob setting himself up for a 2 sets to 1 lead. That's the drag. He's done it beautifully that time.
Nice shot.
Yeah, Steve played that point very well. Had Rob
15 love.
just under pressure from the moment that drag went in.
Well,
His return
15 all.
service has picked up a notch.
Yeah, he's getting that cut ball, he's getting it wide, but he's also landing it quite deep. So that first bounce
No
is
chase.
actually right on the wall at about chase 2. So really difficult for Steve to intercept. And it's floating a little bit as well. It's not.
You're right. It hasn't got the full weight. It's moving a little in the air as well.
30-15. Well,
So this is the first sign we've seen of Steve maybe make some changes, started to bring out a change in his serve and in response to the situation on the court.
Chase, more than a yard worse than the last. 30-15.
A little bit too short. PK.
Oh, no.
Chase, better than a yard.
Rob, of course, with his X-ray eyes there, is thinking he might have hit that a fraction better than a yard, but I think I'll take that for the time being, if I were him.
I wouldn't argue with the Italian number 1 in the market
Indeed.
box. Frank Filippelli doing a great job marking. He would have been sitting right over that ball.
Yeah, and Rob's just given him another little look with a grin on his face.
30-15. The receiver
What are
leads.
you
First
doing to
chase
me,
is
Frankie?
more than a yard worse than the last gallery.
More than the others. Very unlucky for Steve there. He
30 all. Chase,
feathered it
better
down
than a
almost
yard.
into the last gallery, just hit the upright wall and missed. Now the short chase, the one that Rob thought was better than a yard. And Steve's going to have another whack at it, and he's hit 2 on target. But this is going to be difficult. Most Rob's going to have to play that again. And made Rob play 3 shots, but ultimately Rob
40-30.
So this is set point.
Yes. Set very well.
Well,
Bal de set, as they would say at the French Open.
Let's see whether Rob can ring that bell.
Oh, well, he's got a great serve. Just
He's landed it.
yeah. It's not been his friend today, but he's been there when he needed
game in
it.
the third set. 6 games to 1. Server leads 2 sets to 1. Any changes of shirts? Thank you.
That is on the set point. He's landed 2 magnificent serves, Rob.
Oh no.
On the last set, he landed a nick.
4th set.
Set point.
Level.
Oh, and it's the lob. Open the 4th
15
set.
up.
Little half volley.
Now he goes on another very fine serve.
Oh, Steve was there, read it too.
30 love.
This is a very important couple of games now for Steve. He's just been on the end of a set that went quite quickly away from him. Now he's got to
Better than the
find a
door.
way to slow
30
Rob's
love.
momentum.
I like that shot from Steve. Rob's moving back into the centre court after his row rope, expecting the cross court. Steve
And
definitely
chase
wants
the
to
line.
go
Ball out, gentlemen.
So moving it into the backhand side of the of the Deadens is a good move. Straight down the line by Steve. If he misses it, it's going to run out to a chase at 6 yards to last gallery, second gallery. He'll take that.
I'll keep going if you want to go fast.
$30 love. The receiver leads. First chase is better than the door. Won the chase. 40 love. Chased the line.
40 love to Rob, first game of the fourth set. Chase the line.
Full.
Relief is at hand in the commentary box.
Game
And
the first game.
So Rob leads one game
Fourth
to
set,
love.
one love.
Fourth set, 2 sets to 1, and commentary now being taken over by the world champion himself, Mr. Camden Scott Riviere.
How you doing? Good. Oh. Oh. Yep. Well, it's been a very interesting match thus far. I think Steve's been moving very well. I think we were all very interested to see how his leg held up. Obviously, he was struggling a bit against Kieran there at the end, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him at all today. Not that I've seen, at least.
No, he had a chat to me straight after the match and said it went actually in the first set.
Okay.
And he said, look, the rest of the pros like Cam and whatever would probably notice it, but I wasn't moving exactly as I normally would. But he indicated that the next morning after icing it, it all was pretty good. And he played out the doubles quite nicely and felt pretty comfortable.
Well, that's good to hear. Obviously, no one wants to see anybody get injured, and especially not, someone of Steve's caliber. He brings so much to the event. We always want to see him at his best, because him at his best is always just going to make everything about the event better. It's going to push the rest of us to play better. And I think that's a little bit of what's happened here today. I think Rob was, a bit taken back in the first set by how well Steve was playing.
Yeah.
And I think, it took him a while to try and kick it into that next gear, which he seems to have done now for sure. That third set was pretty one-sided.
30-15.
The score showed it. I felt like Rob was starting to find a bit of form, cut volleys on the floor, a lot more openings.
That we were commenting earlier, that he was able to get that return of serve just where he wanted it.
Yeah. Well, and it is tough, because everybody, although we're all hitting, everybody serves railroads predominantly, but that doesn't mean anybody's railroad is the same. So it can take a while to get used to someone's railroad, especially a left-hander like Steve, who hits it incredibly differently than everybody else.
Yeah.
So as many times as Rob may have seen it, you still have to figure it out on that day.
Yeah.
And it's felt like since the first set ended, he's managed to get into a bit more rhythm with it.
Rob struggled on his serve. He just really hasn't been landing that railroad.
Honestly, he's been struggling for a few months on his railroad. And it's not an age thing, but it's just, he's been hitting it a certain way for 15 years.
Yeah.
And,
40-15, the receiver leads.
You just got to think eventually it gets tired in the motions, and the shoulder can only do so much. And, you can see he's standing a lot wider than he normally does. And I think that's in an effort to ease his shoulder, because you don't have to put as much spin from there. So he's kind of creating a more repeatable motion for himself right now.
Game.
Steve's going to be happy with that one.
Yep.
One game all.
Oh, that's good to have Steve on the board on this fourth set. Needs to get a good start, Steve. He's one set behind
Has
now.
it better than he had, no strokes.
We all know how Rob does once he's in the lead. I I've experienced that way too many times myself.
Yeah, and
once he puts that foot down, it is very tough to stop it.
Isn't that amazing? One of the great aspects of Rob's game is that extra gear.
15
that you
love.
find. It really is a sign of a true champion, isn't it?
It is, and it's to the point where, you know, no matter how far down he is in a match, you always still have to put the odds in his favor, because you just have seen it time and time again. For 20 years, you've seen him come back from brink of defeat or find that next gear when he needs to. It's incredible. You know, that's why he's had a few more losses in the last year or two, and it's always a shock, just because you just assume he's gonna be that guy forever.
Well, there's been a young gun on the block who's
30 love.
who's actually started to put some pressure on him. Wonder who that could be.
Oh, Chris Chapman, he's had a great run lately. But I think it is nice to see young guys coming through. You know, I've been very lucky. I was able to spend a lot of time with Rob and Steve when they're a bit younger and kind of a bit more active than they are now. And it was so one-sided. They were so much better than everybody else.
Yeah.
Whereas now you're getting to see more guys break through. You're getting to see, you know, young guys, Chris Chapman, Ben Matthews, John Lumley, Nick Howells. You're getting to see all these young guys come through and win matches that, you know, 5-10 years ago were just impossible. You know, you went to a tournament, and as much as you wanted to win, you just knew that it was going to be Rob and Steve or Rob and Tim in the final, and it was just the most. You're in awe because of their level and how great they were, but it was a bit depressing, just because you knew as good as you were, it just wasn't going to be enough.
Well, wasn't it great to see the young guns, you know, have a crack against, you know, Ben and Rob in the doubles?
Oh, amazing! I mean, you know, to see them,
you
know, with the nerves of steel to just take it down when they need to. You know, that's what, you know. It's been an amazing week with that. You know, we've had so many close matches, and it's great to see these guys really stepping the level up. You know, and it's all thanks to you know, guys like Rob and Steve who have pushed the limit, you know, as far as training and taking their game to the next level. And it's so, you know, it's just nice to see everybody kind of taking the reins on that and following their footsteps.
Yep.
So.
Yep, I think you're right.
First chase is hazard better than a yard.
Some great observations. Okay, so here we are.
One
back here, one off.
15-30. Hazard chase.
These
better
are those
than a yard.
situations where, for Steve, you can't let Rob back in this game like that. You've gotta capitalize on that 30 love lead. You know, you've just gone 30 love. What we would consider an easy backhand.
Yep.
And then a serve, you know, up onto the side.
And
too easy.
And you're back to 30 all.
Yep. You know, and
another error.
40-30.
Little things like that you can't give to someone like Rob. He's just too good.
You don't want to let Rob smell it.
No. You don't want him to even know it exists.
Here we go.
He's worse than 2.
So, you know, that's a great
40-30.
Great game from Rob. 30 love. It takes a little bit of a break, right? Somewhat icing the momentum that Steve had there. He'd won a game, shot up to a 30 love lead real quick, and now all of a sudden, just like that, 40-30 with the chase. He's coming to the service end where he wants to be. He's got a great chase, great opportunity to win this game, get ahead, and have the service end, which he obviously wants. So, you know, just like that, boom, in court tennis, it's that quick momentum can change.
Yep.
Worse than 2.
So we'll see if he can capitalize on it here. He still has to serve well. Steve's very effective on that return serve.
Oh, great. Great play, Rob.
Very good. Great defense.
Game. 2 games to 1.
Pretty common shot of Steve too, that big base, main wall base.
He loves it.
He does love it.
Yeah.
One of his signatures.
15 love.
And this is where it becomes trouble. Now you've lost that game down at the receiver's end. Really need to maintain control here. Not kind of go ballistic or freak out or anything. You gotta take it slow, 1 point at a time here for Steve.
Chase, better than 3.
Yeah,
15 love.
Ball in.
Control.
Yep.
Force Rob to hit winners, force him to be amazing.
Well, thanks for joining us up in the commentary box.
Oh, it's happy to do it. You know?
Yeah.
Wish I'd get asked more. You know.
Well, you've got this.
The problem is I keep playing in the matches, don't
That's
I?
it. That's the problem.
Well, thank you guys for the coverage. It's been amazing. I've had a lot of compliments from back home.
And Jason, 2 and 3.
This week. Obviously, the
Two
time
chases.
difference for the U.S. can be good or bad, but still being able to tune in, watch the replays.
Yeah,
and
yeah, they're all up there on YouTube.
Yep.
Raring to go.
Everybody loves it. So Steve's done well there so he's only dropped 1 point in this game from that receiver's end. He's got two pretty good chases.
Yep.
You know, that's a great way to stop that momentum. Keep him in this set.
In sport, it is quite often about that momentum
15 love
shift.
the receiver leads. First chase is better than 3.
And it can shift, you know, in court times, it can shift 10 times in one game, and then it can shift once in a set. You know, it can go both that big or that small.
Lost the chase, fell worse than 5, 15 all. 2 and 3.
Good serve.
30, 15.
It's a
Robin.
good change up,
Yeah.
keeping him on his toes. Oh, that's very tight.
That's what he's been doing, a big chunk of the day.
Yep.
Gives Rob very little room to move and
You know,
put
there's
away.
just not much more you can do with that. You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to hit it into the net. You don't want to give him the free point, but you're just kind of hitting and hoping.
Cool.
Alistair and I were just commenting earlier about the opportunity of Rob hasn't really come straight down the line
Right.
as often as what he could do.
Right.
It might be worthwhile trying a bit more of that. He's trying to keep it off Steve's forehand, we know that, but
Yep.
just to change it up a bit.
Yeah, Steve's forehand is just such a scare.
Yeah.
You know,
15 love.
if you're Steve right now, you've just clinched that game. 15 love, bad error from Rob. You really want to take advantage.
Good pick up.
Great pickup. Make him earn it every point.
Oh, another excellent pickup.
Pickup.
Yeah, he did it through. Wow. Rob got a tough shot, didn't give him a lot of room. He had to leave the ball short, and Steve made the most of it.
Yep.
That's a great return, isn't it?
I think you're only going to see Rob doing
15,
that.
30.
Yeah. He's getting up quite high there, isn't he?
I mean, Steve's pinning him into that back wall, so I think he's trying to jump on it early.
Yeah.
Don't give him the opportunity.
That's the shot I was
There
talking
you go.
about.
That's the first one, but that's the first time he's really had
Daniel.
a loose serve like that.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I've seen
No chase.
lately. Steve definitely will start, be leaning towards his backhand because Rob's been picking on it. So now's the time, full set.
Change it up.
Yep.
Oh, almost
Thank you.
almost pulled that off.
40, 30.
That's such a hard shot to do.
Oh, I can't imagine being right-handed and trying to play the tempo. It must be awful.
Yeah, but you do have a distinctive
Go.
advantage there. We get a great camera angle of you behind serving from the dead-on camera. Just behind
bad
you
area.
and your nice whip as you
Right.
come through
Three
on
games
the
to two.
railroad.
Yep.
It's a fantastic angle.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I don't like to look at it because it makes me think of how much it hurts. Just how much torque you're putting on the shoulder on.
Chase
do.
the second gallery.
So that's smart by Rob there. He's netting too many cut volleys at the moment, so he's got to get away from that receiver's end, or
Yep.
this set's going to get away from him quickly.
That's a great defense by Steve.
Chase, half a yard worse than the last gallery. 2 chases.
It's such a conflict in styles and what they want. They both want to be at the service end, but for very different reasons. Rob's so offensive from the receiver's end that he can still win if he's on. Where Steve just desperately wants to get away from that end. He wants to get to that service end. That's where he's going to just destroy you. And so it's really interesting because the momentum breaks a lot when these two play, because they're both chipping a lot more galleries. They're both leaving a lot more kind of chases and different
No
things.
strikes.
Whereas a
First
lot of the
chase is
times
the
when you see
second
these guys
gallery.
play against other righties or anything like that, they'll spend a lot more time at one end.
Yeah, sitting back.
Than they do here. You see a lot more side changes.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, the first couple of sets take an hour and a half.
Yep, exactly. That's where the chess match element comes in.
15 love.
Is that they're both jockeying for position
Chase
on the court.
half a yard worse than the last
not
gallery.
that you're guaranteed to win from this end, but it's just you definitely don't want to be at the receiver's end.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, it's definitely the case. I mean, Rob's a classic of
Half a yard
getting to
worse than
30
the
and
last.
just popping one
Yep.
into the, into the galleries just for
Exactly.
insurance.
If you give Rob a 30 love lead on the service end, I don't care what the chases are, you're in trouble.
Yeah, right.
Go 30 love.
Too easy. Yeah.
So it's just
15,
not a
30.
loose serve, but it's just not tight enough.
He held that shot back a bit too, and Rob drifted across to.
Yep. Well, Steve's got that down the line one.
Yeah,
He
to
hits
his
it
back
very
end,
well.
so-
So you
Yep.
have to give
to
him
cover,
You
yeah.
have to give him that one.
Good cut. Playing with each other here.
Chase 1 and 2.
Good ball.
It's a very good ball. Good hold.
Rob stayed off that one.
15-30.
He knew he couldn't do much with it. So.
Yeah. Thought Steve might have left him off the hook there with a few missed galleries. But
Missed it. Oh, Steve almost on that. Great break.
40-15
I mean,
and a
you guys
chase.
are unbelievable the way that you can get put yourself down in behind those balls. Us mere mortals will be just standing back and probably even not looking the other direction. But
it's just life or death out there, you know. You just want to get everything back, you know. You just
no, it's terrific. It's a great thrill for the crowds that we have. As we were talking about earlier, we've got the Rue Trophy being run.
and that's been amazing this week. The number of because of having the Rue on the court next door, having people around all day.
40-15.
Every match has just been packed.
The
with
receiver
people.
leads.
It's been
Chase
so nice
is
to
1 and
have
2.
that atmosphere constantly throughout the week. It makes a huge difference to the players. You know, we get a lot more motivated when there's people watching us.
Yeah,
You know, we love playing to the crowds. And I'm sure it's the case with you too.
No, lost the chase, fell worse than 2.
Oh, you know, Rob hasn't been happy with a couple of
30-40.
Frankie's calls, but Frankie's been doing a great job.
sure
he's
he's doing
right,
a great
he's
job.
right on it. He's right
I think
on
Rob's just not used to his cut volley ever going to worse than 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Chase better than 2.
There you go.
I will say that
30-40.
the court has been playing bouncier than in previous years. You know, 2014 world champs here, it was cutting down a lot more than it is now. And I don't know if that's just temperature, different things.
Could be,
but,
yeah.
but
You
the balls
played
are,
in May back in 2000.
but the balls are definitely sitting up
14.
more now, which is great for me. I love that.
30,
That's
40,
fine. But
70.
for Rob, you know, he wants as
Chases
severe as he can
better
get.
than
He
two.
wants that cut volley
Put
cutting down
away.
to 1 and 2. You know, see if he can close out this game here. Just giving him an opportunity.
Good
Chase
ball.
off.
Good ball.
I'm not very happy with that call.
40-30 server lead.
Can't really see it from here.
Yeah, Rob loves
I'm gonna
it.
have to side with Frankie on that one.
Yeah, Rob loves it because Frankie's good at running that. Nod and wink. Oh, missed it. Oh, that's a good ball too.
Chase in a yard.
Great hands by Steve there. Really good control. Little lift over the net, let the ball do the work.
I thought Rob's was in the net. I'm sure Steve did it first.
Yeah,
Or
you make
maybe
ground.
hoping.
To make a ball like that, I think your leg's got to be pretty good, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big stretch forward, they're the hard ones, aren't they?
Yeah, they are the hard ones. He's got such a big reach. And he takes full advantage of it. And one of the hardest parts about playing him is he'll, even with one step, even though his step may not be big.
40-30 receiver leads.
Yeah.
Chase is better than a yard.
Well, Steve holds his racket pretty well down near the butt, so
He does.
yeah, gives him that extra bit of reach. Lost it.
Deuce.
Good serve on that chase. Not giving Rob the opportunity to force it.
Very solid today, Steve, in serving. Except for that one, maybe.
Again, going down that line.
Advantage.
Yeah.
Steve's leaning
that
heavily
okay?
at the moment
Yeah.
to that backhand, and that could be, with the leg, and maybe not wanting to move as much. But
No, Rob's been going down there.
yeah, it's
That's-
leaving the opening.
Thank you. Has a chase better than half a yard. Advantage.
Rob has been working on Steve's backhand
Yep.
pretty consistently
Yep.
all day. So
Well, and there are tactics like that. The number of times you see someone spend 2 sets hitting to one side, and then all of a sudden, third set, start playing to the other side, because now you're just in your head. You're not thinking. You're just reacting to what's been happening.
Yeah.
So you instinctively
Advantage
slide to that
Serverly.
position, and now all of a
Hazard
sudden you have to
chase.
adapt.
Better than
And if
half
all of
yard.
a sudden your opponent's adapting, you're winning. You want them to be the one adapting.
Yeah.
And so if Rob can take advantage of that here, then you have a good chance of closing it out with this set.
there's a bit of a move here by Rob. Made him think.
Can't serve that loose on
Yeah.
game point there. You gotta make him play.
Although I do like his closeout serves for the last
That last
two
set,
sets. Yeah, just like
that one bounce nick in the
Yeah.
third was not much you can do with that.
Nah,
I
that's
thought it was
great.
hitting twice.
Yeah, that is
I'm sure Steve
fantastic.
did.
It just
And
died.
it did not
Yeah.
give him an inch.
Yeah.
Goal.
It's a good time to pull out a great serve, isn't it?
It is.
Particularly since he's been struggling at the serve. That was what was so pleasing about that shot.
Chase better than 4. Deuce.
Bit of a long game here. I'm not sure who that's going to favor.
Could it
He's
come?
doing some movement.
Movement in the
Thank you.
crowd. Yeah.
Deuce, 1 chase. Goal. Advantage.
Good loose for Steve there. He's going to want it more on that.
Better than 4.
Yep. Well, he's up the service end, so let's see whether he can defend this one. We had a great time up in Newport.
Did you?
With you.
I'm glad to hear that. It
Yeah,
was,
that was a great.
obviously, it was a great week for me.
It was a fantastic week,
It was
yeah.
amazing to have so many people in town, family, friends. Obviously, there's an amazing Australian
Advantage.
contingent over.
Yeah,
so,
naturally.
Receiver leads. Chase
made
is
for a
better
great
than
event,
4.
that's for sure.
I know we love being there. You put on a great tournament. It was terrific.
Goal.
Better than 4 here. And yet again, both these guys missing crucial first serves, which make relying on your second serve a bit more. It's not what you want.
Great shot.
Deuce.
Yeah, Rob did the right thing. Got Steve out of position a bit with going down into his forehand. And but
He's gonna.
Steve
Bob's gonna
did
feel
some
like
great work.
You can see the frustration. He's got a second point or second serve, game point. It's situations like that where he normally thrives,
Yeah.
and just a bit loose in that play today, allowing Steve. Steve played a great shot, but giving him the chance.
Almost. Steve's working hard here. Always had to change up here. He got it. He had to move from his backhand to his forehand. With just a little jab at the ball.
That is an amazing adjustment.
Yeah, that was
Goal.
pure reflex, that one.
Good serve. Good bounce there.
Oh, yeah, good base.
4 games to 2.
Big turnaround. Big turnaround there. Rob had a solid chance to go 3-1 up, and all of a sudden now. Great rally. Great movement by Steve.
Wow. What can Rob do here?
Oh! Amazing defense.
Well, put that on the highlight reel. Sorry, Rob. Rob Fahey, a bit of a leg injury after that one, but there's nothing in that. Steve blowing a bit. Both taking a couple of deep breaths. That was a great rest. Wow.
Great pickup.
Still working that backhand. Wow, Steve. 2 absolute cracking winners.
30 love. Say again?
Rob thingy was down. I think he's maybe just catching a bit of breath, don't you?
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Walking up the court, tapping a ball.
Any extra time, just trying, if anything, just maybe throw off Steve's rhythm a little bit, because he's obviously found a bit of a groove here.
Wow, 2 great points.
Yeah.
Dropped onto his back foot.
It's just letting Steve get the momentum here. This is trouble for Rob.
No way. Oh, bad luck.
Oh,
Has a chase.
So that would have really iced it for Steve, wouldn't it? If
That
he'd
definitely would have,
laced that one in. 'Cause that would have picked up the game.
The game and
Run away to 5-2.
Yep.
In the 4th.
Bit of frustration here from Rob. Letting the play get to him a little bit. A few more loose shots. We aren't used to seeing that from him, but it's times like that. You all of a sudden you just momentary lapses in judgment and in your kind of your head, and all of a sudden you're in a 5th set, just like that.
Yep.
It doesn't take much, and Rob's dangerously close to that right now.
Well, the quality on court is pretty damn good.
Yep.
They know each other's games well.
I wouldn't complain with a 5th set right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, Cam, you're sitting in a good seat right at this position.
Well, it's just, of course, just more to see great tennis.
Yeah.
Come on. We want to see as much of it as we can, surely.
No, the crowd
would
right behind you. Right behind you on that one. We're loving it, but who would you like to see out of these 2? If it goes to the 5th, what do you think?
I think, oh man, I'm going to be interested to see how Steve's fitness and leg hold up in the 5th. He's obviously played a lot more tennis than Rob.
I thought it was closer to second gallery.
Rob obviously,
Let's
I
call
thought
it 2.
going to have a much closer match with Tim.
Very
but he
comfortable.
managed to get on and off court quite quickly, which for him is crucial.
Game.
Yep.
So he shouldn't have
5
any
games for 2. 5-2.
But if I were him, I just wouldn't give up this set yet. If you can just keep serves like that going.
Well read, Steve. Oh, well played, Rob.
Yes. Good touch.
Yeah, great touch. Lovely hands.
15 love.
It's a nice tight serve there to start the game as well. Just needs a few of those to get the momentum rolling.
Has a chase, half a yard, 15 love.
So Rob's standing a bit further back and on his serve a bit further out.
Yes, and yet again, what that allows you to do is put less spin on the ball and still have it come back.
Yep.
So it doesn't do as much wear and tear on the shoulders.
30 love.
But it's not his normal motion, so I think it's a bit tougher for him to control.
Thank you.
Very good from Rob here. This is where the years of experience come in. Not just giving up this set and allowing the momentum to continue. Still staying in it, making him earn that set. Because if anything, if you're going to lose the set, you at least want to break momentum and start the 5th set completely.
Yeah, and you're coming at it, not
Exactly.
not whitewashing it.
Chase better than 2. 2 chases.
Well, they've been out in court now for 2.5 hours, thereabouts.
It's been, for the first 2 were obviously quite long, but these last 2 sets have been rather quick.
Yeah. I think they're finding the targets a little more.
They definitely are. The accuracy, I think the level of play in general has
30
gone
love.
up quite a bit.
Leads. First chase is
Kind of
hazard.
steadily throughout the
Better
sets.
than half a yard.
And I think that's pretty common.
Oh, hazard half. Sorry.
Oh, the pressure gets on a bit more, doesn't it?
You can't win in the first set, but you can, can in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So.
Correct. That's a good serve.
40.
Very solid play from Rob.
40 love, chase better than 2.
Right, better than 2 shots.
Good serve from Steve.
15,
Yeah,
40.
left it short. Yeah, good
Just
idea.
not giving him much time to deal with it.
Fault.
Isn't that the trick in sport? It's time. You know, the secret is if you can shorten the time in this game, then someone has to play a shot.
Yep, you just it just makes them more likely to make a bad decision.
Yep.
Game.
Very solid game there from Rob.
3 games to 5. 3-5.
You know, he picks up this game and
You know, that's the thing. All of a sudden
touching on the door.
pressure mounts. You know, Steve maybe feels like he has to push a bit more to close out the set.
good call, Frankie.
It was very good call. I'm sure Rob would rather have taken the chase, but how many times do you think these two have played?
Oh, it's lots.
It's probably a staggering number.
Yeah. And they know each other so well from playing as a doubles pair.
Yep. Well, there's no secrets. I mean, it's these two have spent more than enough time on court
15
with
love.
each other. There's no shot that someone's going to bring out today that they haven't seen before. So it's just who's going to deal with it better, who's gonna adapt.
Fault.
And honestly, with these two, hit more openings.
Yeah.
'Cause that's just how they play.
Yeah. And it's great, isn't it? The crowd love it when an opening is kind of nailed. No
must-
grills, winning galleries, dead end.
They must hate watching me play then.
I know, boy. That's
Oh, there it is.
that's a
Been watching
fantastic touch.
Steve do that
15 all.
for
Yeah.
15 years.
Yeah.
Doesn't miss that one often.
No, it makes it look pretty easy too, doesn't he?
He does. Return. Great pickup.
It's that one.
Hazard. Thank you. Hazard chase better than second. 15 all.
He's making Rob play that high volley.
Yep.
As Rob's coming in to try and take it.
30-15.
It's a good change up from Steve. Yet again, just keeping Rob off
Yep.
balance, not letting him get into any rhythm on returning.
Good touch.
40-15. and
All he
Hazard
needed to do.
chase.
Yep.
Most amateur punters would have really tried to lace that somewhere, but but not the pros out here.
Nah.
They know when there's an easy point on offering.
No.
So who's your money on if we do see a fifth set here?
Oh, gee, that is a tough one, isn't it? You'd probably have to favour Rob for just waiting for that lift.
40-15. The receiver leads.
Just when that
Hazard
lift, and I'm
chase.
sure I'd love to have
Better
another
than
crack at you, but
I'm sure everybody would at this point. It's just that as we said, it's just you always think that Rob has that next gear. I'm just giving him the
Game
set there.
in the 4th set.
yeah.
6
Question,
games
can he
to
find
3.
it
2
today?
sets all. 5th and final
He
set.
hasn't been finding that next gear as much.
Yeah.
And you've just got to wonder, you know.
He had a 5-set doubles yesterday.
He did. He
and
did.
he probably didn't really want that.
No. But, you know, we're here now. It's the situation. It's 2 sets all. It's, you know, it doesn't matter what's happened in the past. All you know is that today you're in the 5th set.
Yep.
And I'm sure that's how Rob will be thinking about it is
Yeah.
1 set. That's all it takes right now. All he needs.
Jace, the second
Almost the start he
gallery.
wanted.
Yeah, no, that's just something like that is
You
can
know.
be so damn annoying though.
It is.
Particularly,
and then you'll see here, Rob's going to move that ball. Now, he would
Yeah.
not have moved that ball normally, but he doesn't want to let that point turn into a game,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
He wants that point
Recovery
to be over.
time.
He wants it to block that point out and a complete reset, forgetting it happened.
Well, there's a great bit of theory on recovery time.
Right.
And it doesn't only apply to sport, but in sales or whatnot
Yep.
too. the recovery time. Someone like Federer, very rapid
Yes.
recovery time. On a point, if he duffs a point, quickly back into
Chase
it.
the last gallery,
Whereas
2 chases.
the young Andy Murray,
Needs
frustrated.
10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So, and he managed to get that a lot more under control,
Yep.
and look at where his game
Yep.
progressed to.
Yep. 2 quick chases from Steve there.
Yep.
The big thing is Steve's kind of always relying on those gallery chases though, which leaves Rob a lot of court to work with. And so you've got, you always feel like if Rob gets his return going,
First chase is the second gallery.
Steve's just going to be in trouble because there's so much court to play with. It's not like he has to beat chase 2 every time. Second gallery, last gallery, those are very winnable chases, especially for a guy of Rob's caliber.
One
He's
chase felt better
He's gotten
than
away
the
with
second
that one
gallery.
better
Wow,
than the second.
just-
But yet again, so
Chase
much
the
court to
last
work with,
gallery.
situations like that can happen. Whereas you always see Rob's always more going for those
Oh!
better
Cut
than
down,
2,
yeah.
worse than 3 chases, and leaving Steve with a lot less court to attack. Last gallery chase here. Reverse railroad.
No,
Not
under pressure.
15 all.
Miss hit the serve. Nice, good pick up.
It is a great pickup. See, that's why you don't want to take on Steve's foot. Just so aggressive and effective.
15.
It's impressive. It's just relentless on that side.
Yeah, Rob came in to take it early. Steve picked it. He gave him a short ball.
Yep.
Hard to reflex time. Here we go. Ooh. Points. Very
40,
close to the
15.
line.
Very close. Still loose play from Rob here. Start the set. Great serve. Better return.
Bad luck.
Chase better than the first.
Better than the first.
40,
Good call,
15.
Frankie.
Rob will be quite happy with that, given the tightness of that serve.
Yeah.
That could have very easily gone a different way.
No, full credit to Steve. I think his serving has been
His serving's been superb today.
exemplary. Yeah.
Just not allowing Rob to use his weapons.
So if you can keep that
40,
up,
15, the receiver
get a
leads.
couple of quick
Chase
games,
is
Yep.
better than
get
the
his confidence
first
going
gallery.
in the last, he's going to be pretty hard to stop.
He will. He definitely will.
Rob will need that extra gear.
Yep.
Missed it. Oh, it's great shot.
Ball.
30,
That's
40.
what Rob needs to be able to do. He needs to be able to finish those rallies off. He's getting opportunities, but that's where that next gear comes in. It's that ability to, on that somewhat loose ball, finish the point. Don't give Steve a second chance.
Yeah, good shot, Steve.
Game.
Takes the first game.
First game of the final set. 1 love.
Yeah, Steve, a little fist pump there. Pretty happy with that.
Yep. He'll be going to ride that momentum now. Oh! Luck has not gone Rob's way.
Chase the
so
second
far this
gallery.
set.
Twice.
No strikes.
Twice.
That was the opening point of the first game, I think, wasn't
Yep,
it?
yep.
Thereabouts. It definitely was, actually.
Good ball there from him.
15 love.
Yep.
If you can't hit that opening, you gotta find another way to win these points.
Yep.
Thirty love.
He's behind that ball too. He's
Somewhat
disappointed.
freebies from Steve there.
Yeah.
That's a great serve.
Good
Better
ball.
than 3. 2 chases.
30 love.
Second gallery better than 3. 30 love.
Rob. Helping the scoreboard crew here, keeping them on their toes.
I think Clive's been getting stuck into those Kit Kats back there. Not quite sure. Get your mind on the job, Clive. Come on.
I will say the scoreboard is amazing to have. you know, watching the stream's great, but you just kind of you come in and out of focus when you're watching it at home, and you kind of lose track of what's going on. So to be able to just glance over and see what's going on is great.
Well, we do congratulate Clive. Clive Smith, Fuzzy TV, does a great job helping us out here at TC.
And that is a heck of a return from Rob.
Great serve too.
So
They had nothing to work with.
That
Yeah.
was it's giving me a little point right there. I've been doing that shot to him for the last few years. But it's mainly because his serves are so tight.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
What else can you do? You don't want to give him the point.
Good disguise by Rob.
Sure the chase is here.
15-40.
Rob's going to want to take control of this game.
Yeah, he needs to get.
Steve's serving tight like that on the service end. That's very smart.
Chase.
Very smart.
Yeah, needed that.
Last
You know,
gallery.
probably a point where he was on offense, he probably could have won that point, but the way Steve's serving, it's just not worth it at the moment.
Yeah,
He's
get the
just-
chase.
He's not winning that battle.
Lay a chase. Get to the
Get
service
service
end.
and
Yep.
hope for the best. You know, he's going to feel like his serve will eventually get into rhythm. So, you know, you got to have confidence in your game.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
even if
at
he
all
drops
times.
this game, he's going to be up the service
Exactly.
end.
Exactly.
15-40. Serve leads.
Yeah.
Chase is the last
Let's see whether
gallery.
Rob can find this serve. Dresses up again for the railroad.
Yep.
He
Steve,
has not varied from that.
it's quite a good one. Can he finish the point though?
Yes.
And that's just the combination he wants. He really loves it's
One
like that
game
1-2 punch. It's his version of serve and volley.
Yep.
Good serve, getting that lofted return where the ball's lifted up, and then being able to move up in the court and finish the point off quickly. You know, that's his dream play scenario.
Had the opportunity then to choose either side.
Exactly,
Yep.
and he hasn't had that opportunity as much today.
Chase, better than 6.
They just died off the back wall a bit.
Did,
No strikes.
Stayed low.
but still all tied up 1-all. Service end. Time to
Oh,
go.
That ball stayed low. Steve quite often puts a little bit of topspin on his shot, so
Yep.
not surprising if it hits main wall.
No,
in the
no,
full.
it definitely rolls out quite a bit. Great pickup from Steve. Good reactions.
Oh, good long Rob. Oh, good hands. Good stretch. A better length on that
He
shot.
snuffed that one.
Yeah.
15 love.
Both made errors, putting them up
Yep,
high,
yep. There's
hitting them long.
length control. Yep. Could be a bit of tightness coming into play at a certain point here.
Yeah. Oh, they've been in play for over 2 hours now.
You know, Steve's doing a much better job
One
than Rob
chase
in
better than-
taking
better
advantage of
than
those
6.
loose balls,
Yeah.
ending the points. Pick up. And that's the one he wants. That main wall tambo. Incredibly different, even if you're a lefty. Main wall tambo and cross court there is just pretty much death.
Yeah,
You're not doing much with that ball.
Terrific amount of. You may not have
Hold.
been able to pick it up on the camera, but that was a lot of work on it as well.
Mm-hmm. He did well. He read it early, waited for it to come to him.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
He stood right out in the court because he knew that spin was going to pull it out to him.
Yeah.
Beautiful reading of the ball.
Oh,
40-15 and a chase.
it's much
Well.
much more solid play from
Hold
Rob.
out, gentlemen.
Well,
Not
well,
letting
Better than
Steve
6.
get the free points necessarily.
Yeah.
You know?
well, a couple of really good points by Rob. Take it up to. He's now got a chance to jump to a 2-1 lead.
Yep. And
Let's
that's
see
hoping to
whether
be-
he can.
He'll definitely want to. Steve's you know, he's giving Steve a few years.
Yeah.
He probably wants to get any advantage he can here.
Yep, they've been really at it a long time, having a bit of a basket change. which is good. They'll be both feeling it now on those legs. What's going through their minds right now at camp?
I struggle to imagine at times, but if you're Rob, honestly, I think he's just saying to himself, just to try and find that next gear to just
40-15.
And you're kind of, if you're him, I think you're saying to yourself, just stay with it. It'll click.
Yeah.
Because he knows where that it's there. And I think his only frustration these days comes from when it's just not happening the way he sees it. So I think he's just staying to himself, just stick with it and find it. And I think if you're Steve, you're almost putting more pressure. You're saying you really need to step up before he finds that.
Right.
You're seeing that he's playing a bit loose. Take full advantage because you're scared that it could happen at any time.
Wow, great pickup. Yeah.
But if
30-40.
if you're Steve, you're feeling like this game is much more crucial than I think Rob might feel it is.
30-40 here, Steve. Good point. He's
serve.
picked it up too. That serve has really come to the fore. Rob's frustrated. He knew he had a big opportunity. Let go. Shake of the head.
Oh.
Still even there, that cut volley's gone long. He's not. You can see he's just not happy about it. He's not happy with the control he's having at the moment.
Yeah.
Chase,
Smart.
the last gallery.
Very smart.
Very Rob Fahey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good call, Frankie. You get a good view of that line from up here, don't we?
You do.
Advantage in a chase.
We'll be frustrated with that. Had a good look at the ball.
He did. If you're Steve, you definitely feel like you got away with one there.
Yeah.
Do not think that was the intention of that serve.
Rob, I don't think Rob could believe his luck. A ball like that came.
I do think that honestly, sometimes we at the top level we're so used to the ball being crunched into the corner, and then all of a sudden you get this sitter out of nowhere, and you're thinking there's just no way it's this easy, and you miss it. You just you're just thinking there's no way he's giving me that opportunity.
Chase is the last gallery.
So he just went on his back foot a little bit, and playing off the back foot's not easy. I mean,
no, but and now he's looking at a second serve as well. Good return.
A bit long.
That's
Smart play.
Smart by Rob. Not sure about Steve. I think Steve's trying to run him a bit too much rather than just finish the point off here. Giving him a second chance at this game.
Yeah. You can't give Rob an inch, really.
Advantage.
A little bit of indecision, I think, there from Rob. I think he's missed two grills, bottom of the bando.
Yep.
And so now he's caught in between trying to control that ball low under the grill or go for grill again. And I think that shot just showed it a little bit. It's just halfway committed.
There wasn't a lot of pace on the ball from Steve either, so I think that he didn't have as much to work with as he thought.
No.
Oh, that's a good. Check.
Back to deuce. Long
Big game.
Long game.
Looked like it was running long, but
I think it just clipped the floor.
Yeah.
Hazard.
It's a game of inches, isn't it?
It really is.
Hazard better than two. Advantage.
This is eerily similar to there was a match earlier this week, John Lumley and Nick Howe. And Nick was 2 sets up pretty easy, and they had the 20-minute one-all game. And it really felt like it was make or break at that point. It felt like whoever won that game was going to have all the momentum for the set. And it ended up going Nick's way, which and then he ended up kind of closing out the match in that set. But it was just one of those things that even at 1-all, you can kind of put all your eggs in the basket at that point. You're basically saying, this is it, I'm ready. And then as soon as, if you win it, it's great. And if you don't, you're kind of, well, that was kind of what I was hoping for. I was kind of like banking on that game, and all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's a big game. It's
exactly.
like you've got a lot invested in it.
Exactly, and it does feel like that a bit here. It really feels like Rob willing himself to win this game, where Steve's kind of going along a bit steadier.
Yep.
See if he can close it out here.
Neat.
Wow. Great rally. Wow. Great rally.
Juice.
Rob thought he had it earlier, but to be denied.
He is, yeah, he's getting a bit of the unlucky streak at the moment with these ledges and bandos.
Yeah, yeah.
But you got to muscle through it. It's no excuse.
Next point, as I say.
Yep.
Wow, that serve is really good. Yeah.
And
Deserved the point,
body.
Steve, on that.
Not much you can do there.
Yeah, that serve has just been so good already.
Worse than 3.
And that's why Rob has to come in and have come over the top of it.
Yep.
A lot of work on the wrist. That's a strong wrist there, isn't it?
It is. It is. But you see, he takes it so deep, so he's using a lot of his shoulder. So the wrist isn't doing as much as you think.
Yeah,
the real power comes from his chest and his shoulder.
Yeah.
And that's why he's been able to do it as consistently as he has for years. If you look at a lot of guys, they use way too much wrist.
Yeah.
And it's very uncontrollable. No one's wrist is strong enough to do that. But when you get the
Advantage
rest
the
of the shoulder
receiver
involved,
leads. Chase
and
is
he's
worse
kind of
than
set the
3.
bar for how to do that.
Yeah. He's coming over the top of it. Usually he likes to take it lower,
Yeah.
but on these
just can't.
he's not letting it come off that back wall because it is cutting him beautifully by Steve now, isn't it?
Rob's
Oh,
feel like he got the
second
shaft
serve
there
now.
again.
Yeah. Here we go, second serve.
No, lost the chase for worse than 4. Juice.
Rob's happy with Frank on that call. Thank you.
Yes. I think they're back to being buddies again now. And yet again, this game is very long.
Oh, that's a great shot.
And body.
I like when Steve does that. That's a good part of his game.
It is.
He got it. He did get it. Gee. You could see he was thinking about, do I take this or not?
Yep.
Toilet break.
And he said, I'm going for it.
Oh,
Great decision.
Rob's asked for a toilet break here.
Toilet break, Steve.
And fair enough, they have been going for almost 3 hours. This is actually what happened in was it Chappie's match? Do they have a good point? Good point. Make Steve think again.
Yep.
So Steve,
That was a
2-1.
Great return and a great pickup by Rob.
Jeez, half a yard worse than last.
Steve loosening the shoulders on that. That's good. That's good to see.
Bit more of the Steve we're used to seeing.
Yeah. Well, that old Steve could have won those last 2 points by threading them into the denims.
Yep.
Well, now Rob's going to have to deal with that.
He is.
Lovely shot. Yeah.
And that's good play from Rob. Very solid.
15 love.
Well thought through point.
Standing at 3 points Rob there. 30 love with 1 chase. Really want to focus in on this one.
Yeah. We'll land a good serve here. Oh, Steve's given him a gift.
He needs to close it here though.
Oh, that's a loose shot. Oh, he's frustrated, and that's why he played that shot. Yeah.
Chase better than 5.
I think Rob will
And
take a
that's-
chase
I think
there.
that's been the big
Last
difference that
and
I've
better than
seen just in the
5,
last
30
kind of 15, 20 minutes. Steve has really been capitalizing on those balls, just finishing the point off when it's there, on what we would consider the obvious ones.
Yep.
And it just feels like Rob's been letting him play in it, and allowing him to rally back in a little bit. And he's just too good, or too good to do that type of thing with.
Yeah, Rob's been pretty cautious. We actually haven't seen too many main wall forces really in the last little bit, have we?
I think that's mainly down to Steve's serving.
Yeah.
Steve's serving's just been lights
extraordinary.
out all match.
Yeah.
So 30 love here. We have two somewhat loose
There we go.
chases.
That's classic, isn't it?
Another great serve.
15, 30. Chase better than 5.
As you say, bottle it. That's take it home with you.
Yeah. Better than 5 here. This is a big point.
Yep.
Probably very happy to see that first serve miss.
Good indication of the cut that Steve puts on it coming off that back wall there.
Lost the chase, full a yard worse.
Back
30
to
all.
30 all. Oh, Frankie's concentration is holding in there. 3 hours in.
Yep.
Oh.
Maybe that'll be the knocking the head that Rob needs to
Yeah, maybe.
kick into gear here.
Well,
Second serve opportunity, needs to take advantage. Oh, that's a great return.
Yeah, it's always going to be nasty.
40-30.
Had that edge
Steve's just
lined
playing
up.
so solid from the serve set. He's not giving Rob anything to work with.
He's come back from 30 love down to 40-30 leading to go to a 3-1 if he can. He's missed it. Yeah, good shot. Rob would be disappointed with that.
Very. And it's your Steve. You take a lot of confidence because
Yep.
not only did he fight back from 30 love, but he did it without that first serve. You know, he missed most of his first serves in that game.
Yep.
So he's still just, even if the serve's not great, he's still playing well from that service down.
See, there we go again.
Yep.
15 love.
Strikes. Rob's got to get a chase here. Gallery,
Needs to
anything.
get away from that receiver's end right now. Steve is in full control.
Double
love.
double error.
Rob's in trouble here.
Yeah.
He's letting the
Forward
frustration
up.
show a little bit. Steve will look to capitalize on that.
Full.
There it is. That's that
Prime.
frustration.
Yep, prime example.
Settle it now. Knew where that was going to be. Frustrating shot too. Okay.
15-40.
Would have preferred it to chase, I believe, at that point.
Oh, definitely. I think Steve did everything he could just to touch it,
Yeah.
just to make sure.
Wow.
Chase the last gallery. 15-40.
There's that gallery chase that we were thinking about. Now, that's probably as good a game of serving you can probably see.
Yes. I mean, there's not much you can do with that, you know, and especially with Rob's, yet again, style of play and how he likes to work the point. Steve's just not letting him play the type of game he wants, and that's amazing.
Half the battle.
It's tough to do. You know,
Yeah.
It's not often you get to see a display like that where you can really put a guy like Rob on his back foot on every return.
15-40.
Yeah, no, that was terrific by Steve.
Receiverly.
Can he hold
Chase
it up?
is the last gallery.
It's been amazingly solid. 5 sets here. So,
Trying to take it out of play. Missing galleries. Oh no, that's a tough. Oh, well done, Rob. Stayed in the point. Great control.
yes.
30-40.
That was a tough shot.
That was. And I think there's a lot riding on this game. I think Rob knows that this is the one he needs to
Yeah.
fight back in. Good serve.
Yeah, great. Well, it's a big difference between 4-1 down and 2-3 down.
It's funny you talk about that next gear. It's so often it happens at a point like this because it has to, because otherwise the match is over.
Yeah.
There's no opportunities left to find it. So, you know, when you look at facing match points or games that you think could be the match,
Second serve.
you have to find it in yourself, and so that could be what we see right here. It's at least going to be, if nothing else, Rob's last-ditch effort to push as hard as he can.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's gotten away with that.
Gee, that's it. So now he's come
That's-
up from 40-15 down to now
his
advantage.
But he desperately needs to close it out. Don't let him get a second chance.
You're right. This could
You
be the pump point. You know, if he can
Yep.
get this.
This is that one where Steve's really going to want to push and try and not let him have it. Good serving from Rob to keep him on the backhand.
Oh, he's Missed it.
Jeez, worse than a yard.
Worse than the
And
yard.
Buddy.
Well, let's see whether Rob can get a serve to look
Yep.
at and see whether he can do one of his signature. Main will
Yep.
get on, force Steve to make an error or just something. Make something happen, Rob.
Yep. And if you're Steve, you're just saying to yourself, stick to what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Roll that railroad in. It's been tight all day. No need to do any more, any less at this point. Just, you've been amazingly
Advantage
solid
the
from the
receiver
service end.
leads.
Just stick with
Chase
it.
is
And
worse than a yard.
trust what you've been doing. So we'll see if he does.
Well, he's lining up for it.
He's definitely
He's not going away from that railroad.
now.
Rob took it early.
He looked like he'd read that as well.
Yep. Yeah, he came in to take it early and
Worse than a yard, it's tough. You're
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
playing
yeah.
for perfection at that point. So back to deuce.
he's going to look at that one.
Yep. Oh, that could bounce in.
Oh, Steve picks up a Maywall Bando. Rob play for a little bit of time here. Yep. Yeah, no, fair enough. Bracket change. You think?
No, I think he laced that ball down the hallway as hard as he could.
Okay.
Server leads.
That'll be right.
I think that wasn't happy with that one. But it also gives him a chance to reset. Let's see what happens here. Serve, it's missed it high. Steve will.
Oh, bad luck.
Gate.
Big game for Steve.
Wow.
Four
Just having the
games to
serve.
one.
How
Final
important
set.
is that? I mean, really, just showing you right there. Particularly when you're serving like this.
Well,
I don't think many people put that amount of power on that one hit behind
I
your back.
definitely couldn't. It's impressive.
Chase, better than 5.
So can Rob kind of use that frustration and channel it? It's going to be the challenge
He's
now.
going to have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Steve's going to look to
Oh.
steamroll through these next 2 games. Keep his foot down. And Steve, both these guys, when they get that lead, are incredibly good at just putting the foot down and not letting you have anything.
Footwork,
15
Rob.
up.
Stood back on that one.
That's where, that's get down a little bit, frustration sets in, Steve serving things like that. Good ball.
Awful amount of cut on that one.
There was.
15 all.
He had to hit it high over the net, so he had to give it plenty and would have lost.
Hazard.
Gee.
Serving is
Hazard better than a yard.
incredibly tight.
Better than 5. And Hazard Chase better than a yard. 15 all.
So Cam, as a left-hander, if you're facing that on Friday for the final,
Yep.
how do you handle that?
Oh, that's my secret, isn't it? We all handle it differently. I think the most obvious way to handle someone serving tight
15
is to
all.
not let
First
them get
Chase
the
is
service
better than
end.
5.
Yeah.
I think
Deny.
if they're on the receiver's end, they can't pin you in there.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's easier said than done, but I think that becomes your go-to.
Rob hasn't really done that much boasting from there. Are you a boaster? When they're
At-
that tight?
At times, he just with his left hand with his right hand has the ability to attack the ball differently than
Correct. Yeah.
a lefty would. So his
30
shot
15.
selection is
Hazard
different.
Chase better than a yard.
It's a good play from Rob there. Hazard better than a yard. Yeah.
30 all.
Looking for a floor
Yep.
tambour there, I think, looking for it to cut down and just didn't
happen.
quite get it. 30 all.
Popped up for Steve, nice
Yep.
easy put away. On target too.
Forty 30.
Yeah. He just really didn't approach that one
No.
at all well.
Fault.
Ooh. A groan from the crowd. It's about the only error
no.
Frankie's
Double fault.
made today.
Oh, and there's a double fault for the game.
Jeez.
5 games to 1.
Oh. It's all going Steve's way at the moment, you know.
Yep.
All the little things that count. And it's going to take amazing performance to come back here.
Chase
Steve.
the
Yeah,
last
steady. I
gallery.
mean, he's been doing that all day,
Yep,
hasn't he?
yep.
Just
He's got a solid game plan and he's sticking with it.
Let's get surfing.
And chase the door. 2 chases.
There you go. He's happy with his other chase.
He's happy with any chase at this
Yep.
point, you know.
I didn't expect this. And then facing up to the last. So,
Yeah.
Steve was serving well, has continued all day. I think that's been the difference.
It really has. It really has. You know, it's allowed him to have more opportunities to finish quick points than
Yep.
Rob. And you know, obviously, I think if they look back on the match and the amount of time Steve spent at the service end, you're going to see a very big difference between how long he's been over in the service and how long Rob has spent.
Yep.
And that's crucial.
And Rob hasn't had the weapon when he's been up here. Unfortunately, his serve hasn't been as tight. Oh, he's frustrated.
15 love. Chase the door.
Come on, Rob. Steve is trying to run down everything now.
Yep. He just
15
doesn't want
all.
to give him anything. 15 all.
Chase. Better than the last gallery. 15 all. Fault.
Yeah, good ball.
That's great.
30-15.
See if we can gather something here.
He's already laid that chase, which is good.
Fault.
The loose serving from Steve in this game. Maybe seeing that finish line, you know, it's
Yeah, it's close.
changes things up, doesn't it?
Oh, good pick up. We'll do it.
Solid
There
finish
you go.
from Steve.
30 all.
Oh,
40-30 in a chase.
not what he was aiming for, but he's not upset about it.
I think he'll take that one.
I think he'll feel he's owed a few at this point in this
Yeah.
set. He's hasn't had the luck going his way just yet. So
no finer time
no,
to bring out that shot.
no, that is for sure.
Or the result from that shot, that's for sure.
40-30 server leads. Chase is better than the last gallery.
Let's see how
than the last.
Rob can do it.
Very good shot from Steve.
Wow. The
Rob
ball.
just doesn't seem to have the legs under him on his backhand. He's just kind of pushing it back cross court. Used to seeing him be much more offensive on that ball.
Yes, yes.
Um,
Oh, that's a great shot. Wow.
That's vintage Rob Fahey right there.
Yeah, that's how you deal with that ball. 3 hours in and played that shot. Fantastic. Oh, now can you put it away?
Oh,
You'll be disappointed with that one off the penthouse.
he will. He will.
Just played it straight back to Steve. Ah.
Back to deuce. Steve. Brings up first match point.
Match 20.
Oh, has he gone behind?
He has gone behind his back.
Game, set, and match. Well, thanks for letting me jump in the booth. That was fun.
Well, Cam, thank you very much. You now know who your opponent is for the
Perfect.
next for the final of
Yep.
the Australian Open
Yep.
2017. So,
Wonderful, wonderful.
Steve Virgona. Wait, Steve Virgona.
Yeah, it'll be a fun battle, I'm sure. I look forward to it.
Right, excellent, Cam. Thanks for your commentary and really appreciate your insights, as I'm sure all the fellow people who have been watching today. All right.
I hope. Thank
We'll
you.
see you on Friday.
Perfect. Sounds
Okay,
good.
done deal. Cheers.